Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports. Here live in Jow as your Eunice Cardinals are getting ready to face the Lee County nemesis, their Jow Panthers, here on the Blue Astro Turf. We're going to be testing mics on the fly here today, as usual, for these baseball games. With the game starting a little early, we're out here mighty early.
Fighting the wind, too.
That's right. The wind is blowing, the dirt is blowing, and anyway, it is what it is. We're here.
Everything's blowing.
I got my guy Charlie over there on the camera. He's probably going to make you dizzy today, as we are right up against the fencing. And every time he moves that camera, it's going to focus on that netting and go blurry for a few seconds. So I can assure you, we'll try our best to keep it as still as possible for the most part.
That's hard for Charlie to do.
just at the angle we got, it's going to be hard to hold it in one spot.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
But of course, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Charlie, over there on the camera. Welcome, Charlie.
Welcome, everybody. Ready for some baseball down here in Jow, New Mexico?
That's right.
The field looks pretty nice. The rest of it's still under construction.
And, of course, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Rosendo Caballero. Welcome, Rosendo.
Hello, Mr. Jones. Hello, Charlie. How are y'all? I'm glad to join y'all with all these fans behind us.
That's right.
You heard
That's
them
right.
holler.
Got a packed house here in Jow, New Mexico. I'll be honest with everybody. I had to find this place. I had to do some calling around to one of my school board connections down here in Jow and say, hey, I'm at your softball field. Where's the baseball field? He said, you're on the wrong side of town,
yes,
son.
Go 6 miles the other way.
Yeah, it couldn't be any farther from
That's
here.
That's right. So, anyway, this baseball field is way out here east of town. I mean, we're dang near to Odessa, as we are sitting in the sand dunes of northeastern Kermit out here where this thing is.
The Yellow Jackets tonight, huh?
I will tell you, I was really impressed once I got out and started walking around. Jow has done a ton of work to this place.
Yep.
The board member that I was talking to said they still got a lot to go. That they're, completely redoing this place. The bleachers are really nice. It's got some really nice coverings, although we'll be able to take a ball in the head here in a minute. The press box is really nice. The only problem with the press box is at this time of day where the sun's in the west starting to go down, you won't see anything up there. And it's got tinted windows, so it's a little hard to see out of it unless you open those windows. And so, anyway, even the score people and the people from Jow sit over there by the dugout. They don't sit up in that press box. So, just an odd design. But I got to tell you, their field from the edge of the outfield in has all been redone. It's a blue turf. It looks really cool. They haven't finished the outfield yet, so the outfield is actually a grass field. And so, anyway, is what it is. It's a pretty neat setup. It's just, it's under construction. I've been told they're building some really nice locker rooms right over here.
Small field house for them?
And, it's gonna be nice when it's all said and done. It's just way out here, which, just my opinion's a little odd, because I guess your kids would have to drive 10 miles from school to get out here every day to the baseball field
get
for
out
practice.
here, probably get bussed out here, I bet.
I mean, it's way out here. But once again, we're here. We're up. We're running. We're live, and we're just testing mics and kind of jabbering. I hadn't heard anything from the station
Yeah, we're loud
yet.
and clear, sir.
Loud and clear. All right.
And it's going to be windy tonight, so bear with us also.
Yeah.
That wind's coming in from the
The
south.
wind is howling.
It's howling, right?
We are setting in some picnic tables that are right down alongside the fence. Kind of feels like you're at that the Little League Park in Eunice, as you're right down here against the fence.
As long as you don't get cold.
That's true. Yeah, because I came in the shorts today. I pulled out the legs. I even had the
Trying
song.
to make extra money on
I turned the song on the loudspeaker. He's got legs. When I come walking out here, I had the legs out, and they're a little pale right now. They ain't seen much sun yet. And so almost as pale as Charlie's arms. And so
he looked down real quick.
So
No.
That ain't pale.
and mine don't look as bad as him, but Charlie and I both look like drug addicts.
I'm telling you.
Because we've got the
Tracks all over.
I was giving blood this
I guess
week.
I look like a
Charlie's
drug
been
dealer?
giving blood and taking IVs and whatnot this
The bad
week.
thing was, this one they didn't even get no blood out of it.
Yes.
Made it
Yep.
twice as worse. But he poked at it. He was practicing.
He got his money's worth poking you, right?
He got his money's worth.
All right. I will definitely got a message from the station about one of our sponsors, so we'll go over that a little bit later. But anyway, with that said, we're showing about 4 minutes till game time, so we're pretty close to getting our start here. Just a few minutes away from game time. It's Eunice versus Jal. I was going to pull up some records and whatnot. I was in court all day, so I didn't have a lot of time to do my normal searching up that I like to do on these teams pregame. But it shows on Max Preps that Jal is 3-5. Eunice shows 7-2. The Cardinals led this year in multiple categories by Misa Brito, a young man who I do not believe is on the roster again today. He's
some kind of injury, huh?
I was told he had a concussion. And so, anyway, he's leading the team in batting average with 600. That's a heck of a batting average. On base percentage, 667. Fernando Cerna leads the team in home runs with 2. Isaac Morales leads them in stolen bases with 11. The ERA for the team, .84, Fernando Cerna. Fielding percentage, Tyson Coy with a .963. Isaac Morales has scored 12 runs on the season. Tyson Coy with 11 hits on the season. Fernando Cerna with 10 RBIs. Slugging percentage, Tyson Coy with a .708. Tyson Coy leads in doubles. Dustin Lord leads in triples. So that's what I see on the Eunice side. Let me look and see if Jal's got any of theirs entered, and if they do, I'll go over them, as I'm assuming we're covering for both here today. On the Jal side, they've got batting average senior Andre Rodriguez, a pole vaulter as well. He's got a .609 batting average. That's a good batting average.
Yeah. On
base percentage at a .679. They don't have anybody that has any home runs yet this year. Stolen bases, Javier Santillán has 13. ERA, Christian Diaz with an 8.69. Fielding percentage, Jayton Butts, 1.000. He's an 8th grader. Runs, Javier Santillán with 14. Hits, Andre Rodriguez with 14. Runs batted in, Fernando Saucedo with 9. Slugging percentage, Sebastian Arroyo with .842. Doubles, Christian Diaz with 5. Triples, Sebastian Arroyo with 3. So those are the stat leaders for these two teams.
I don't really think we're going to increase home runs tonight because that wind's coming right in the right direction not to get a home run.
And it's a deep field, too.
If we do increase the home runs, it'll be a one heck of a shot.
Yeah.
It will be a rocket in order to hit it out of here today.
Not saying we can't, but it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
That'd be nice to watch now.
Into the wind, and it is a wind. I mean, we probably got a 15, 20 mile an hour steady with gusts of 25 plus.
It's going to get worse later on?
And higher up, it's probably a little bit harder.
I would guess that it'll start to go the other direction. I would think it would start to settle as the sun goes down, but who knows. This is a district game here today. The JV Cardinals will play the second game. So the varsity's playing first, JV second. Had a couple of the JV youngsters coming over and visiting with us earlier. And they were kind of excited, kind of not about playing the second game. Going to be a little cool by the time they get to run out on the field.
Oh, well.
But, it's funny because it runs in I guess, streaks as far as who plays first. Seemed like last year the varsity almost always played first, but maybe a couple of years before that, the varsity almost always played second. And so just when you think you've gotten used to it, they flip it up on us.
Imagine that, huh?
Yep.
Well, I know that one year in basketball, the girls would play first.
Yeah.
And then the boys would play first.
Yeah.
They did that like every other game for a while.
Yeah, we did that some when I was coaching. And I mean, just being honest with you, a lot of the reason was because back then the gym, people may not like me to say this, but it's truth, the gym would fill up for the girls' game, and then the girls' game would end, and 3/4 of those people would get up and leave. And I mean, it's the facts. And so
success
the
brings
proof's in the pudding, right?
you know, but there was a lot more to it. I mean, back then we had the little mascot team.
Yes, you did.
And you had all those kids. You know, we usually had anywhere from 12 to 20 little kids, and every one of their parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters came to watch those little ones. And so, you know, and that's the idea. That's why Hobbs does that, is to get more people in the seats and get people interested in the sport. And so when you had those mascots out there, they brought in, I mean, any given night, you get at least 50 extra fans in the gym for that. And those 50 extra fans, they go buy drinks and popcorn and snacks. And so to me, it was a no-brainer. But, you know, just being honest, there were some folks that didn't like it and felt like they were in the way.
But not only that, but it helped those little kids.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you look at them now.
You look at a couple of those girls that were mascots that have played on these teams the last couple of years, one of them being Alina Rodriguez, that now is one of the top 5 3-point shooters in New Mexico girls basketball history.
Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at some of those kids that went through that program. I mean, there was a couple out there this year. A couple of those starters were, you know, part of that group last year. Of course, Chloe Jones, one of, you know, she was the conference or district player of the year before, and that's where they got their start. So both teams headed out onto the field. Looks like we're getting ready to have the national anthem. So we'll take just a quick get quiet. We'll leave our mics on so you guys can hear the national anthem as it's played. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports. All righty.
Play ball.
There's our national anthem, and so we're getting ready to get started here. Once again, it is a windy one here in, we'll call this Panther Stadium. I don't know if that's what they call it or not, but that's what we'll call it.
Sounds good, right?
Panthers something.
Man, it is blowing out here.
Like on a hurricane.
Yeah, like the singer guy. It hit you like a hurricane.
Like a hurricane.
Yeah, hit you like a hurricane there, Charlie. So, yeah, it is definitely windy out here. There is no doubt about it. So, getting ready to get up and running here, trying to take a look at see who exactly we'll have on the field for I have no idea what he just said to you.
He said you're one ugly guy.
He said you're ugly.
No, he didn't say that. I'll jump out there and kick some dirt on him.
I'll kick some of that blue turf on you.
Shut up, you can hear it. He's right there. You get kicked out of the first game in Jal, man.
Hey, you got to get through this net first.
That's right. By the time he gets over the top of that thing, he's going to be tired. So, anyway, the ump come over and said something to us with a big smile on his face, and we were just kidding, but we decided maybe he was talking a little trash to us. On the hill today for the Panthers, looks like it's going to be Christian Diaz, as he is kicking and firing up there on the hill, trying to warm up. Catching behind home plate is going to be, man, I can't see
his
that
number behind there.
Yep. What is, my brain went blank, is the catcher
2.
That's Cash Taylor, Cash Money Records, taking over for the 99 and the 2000 as he is setting back behind home plate. And so got a shout out to my main man, Houston Harvey. He's watching from way over there in the big state of Texas. And yes, sir, Houston, if this wind keeps this up, we may be over there with you pretty soon because it's going to blow us all the way back over there. It is definitely blowing. It wasn't blowing like this when I got here.
No, it's picked up.
Yeah, significantly over the last few minutes for sure. Yeah, the flags out there in center field are moving. It is swinging around here. The Cardinals, with a different type of wind than I've ever seen last night, they won on a balk-off, not a walk-off, but a balk-off. They had a runner on third in a tie ball game. They tied it just before that in the last inning, and then a balk sent the runner from third home
to end the game
to give the Cardinals the win over a very salty La Mesa team.
Very salty. I would agree with you on that.
Defensively, that team was as good as and better than any team we've seen all year. So coming to the plate will be Isaac Morales as the Cardinals will be opening up here in the top of the first. And that first pitch is a rocket fired in there by Diaz, and he's got a little heat on his arm.
Yes, he did, on the inside corner there.
Got that pink sleeve on his arm. It's got him throwing fire as he rears back and gets strike number 1. So back up on the hill, ready to go. Here's the next pitch, and that one he tries to throw him the yanker ball, and it deflects off the front of the plate, bounces up into the backstop for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
Charlie's gonna get tired standing there.
He looks good doing it, though. He's got the hands on his hips.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, he almost looks like he's got his radar gun out there. And there's a high fly ball into shallow right field. The wind's got it, and it's trouble. And it's going to blow foul.
Wow.
Man, that ball started off toward left center and landed dang near to the
stands,
dugout. And it just kind of looked like one of those golf shots, at least the ones I hit, that start going right down the middle and then all of a sudden just start going
off into the woods
and just keep going over to the right. And so that'll be a long foul ball, which equals strike number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here, the top of the first to Morales. Kicking and firing is Diaz on a big breaking ball. And it must have been inside. The angle that we've got over here looked fairly good, but once again, we're not right behind them this time like we normally are, where we can see that plate. This time we're just guessing as far as up, down. We can't see the left and right.
As long as he calls balls on us, strikes on them, I'm good.
That way we'll be good to go. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a drive. It's a chopper to third. Third baseman going to scoop it up, fires it toward first, and Morales is going to be easily into first as he almost tripped over
the base.
First base.
Does he realize he can run through there?
Yeah.
Run
looked
through
like
the
he
base,
tried to stop and go and almost killed himself. Somebody asking me what the Eunice record is. I believe they're 7-2 right now. And so
after yesterday's win, I believe you're right.
Yeah, I think that is the record, 7-2. So Morales will now be standing on first. The big man, Jose Calvillo, comes up. He's got his dancing shoes on, and he steps in there ready to go. Calvillo in that left-handed box.
Oh, he got him.
They picked off Morales, or at least they're trying to. They almost throw it into the bleachers. Now they've got him in the rundown, going to run back and forth, and here they come back the other way, and he's going to try to get there, and he does, and they throw it away, and he decided, I think I'm going to stand here because I'm tired.
I'm going to take a little breather.
That's one thing about baseball. You know, I got to be honest with you. Most baseball players that I know don't do a lot of running. And so
Ricky Henderson did.
You get caught in a rundown like that, you get a little tired after about the 3rd trip back and forth.
That's for a timeout here.
Yeah, it's not like basketball where you're doing line drills or the track team.
I agree.
So anyway, all of that to get him back on first. And so Morales back over there with a big lead again, and they're going to throw back to him, and they were close again.
Hey, coach better wake up too. Tell him to get back sooner. He was sleeping on the first pickoff move.
Yes, he was. So they threw back over there, made it another close play, but back with a big lead again is Morales. Here comes the pitch. It's right down the middle. And taking that one for strike number 1 is Calvillo.
I wonder if they've been instructed to take the first pitch.
Maybe.
That's what it seems like,
Could
right?
be. I mean, looking at the ERA for the Panthers, their best pitcher, according to what they've got entered, he's got like an 8.6 ERA, and that one's going to be high and outside for ball number 1, I believe. One ball,
Yeah,
one
one.
strike. No outs here. Morales standing on first. He's got him a no lead at this point, and there he goes. There he goes. He's
He's
stepping
got
off
that
of
foot
there
and a
now.
half lead, huh?
Calvillo ready. Diaz, they throw back over there again, and he dives in there again, does Morales. I tell you what, one thing about it, if he'll keep throwing to first, that arm will be tired of throwing to first after a while. He'll wear out his pitching arm throwing to first base, messing with Morales.
Lob it up there to Calvillo so he can get a good hit, huh?
Yes, that's right. So back on the hill is Diaz. Taylor gives him the sign. Here comes the pitch. It's hit hard
foul ball.
down that left field line, getting foul, and it's going to stay way over there. And it landed in play, but nobody even really made a
Attempt to get
made
it.
a run for it.
Yep.
And it's still just laying out there in the field, and everybody will just call it good, I guess. They're just going to leave it there.
Yeah. No, there goes somebody from the
Oh,
dugout.
okay. That's
From the
what
unit side.
yeah, that ball's laying out there in play. But anyway, 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Calvillo. He's in there ready. They faked the throwback this time to
I heard the coach
Morales.
that time,
yes,
too.
I did too. yeah, that time he let him know. Wasting no time is Taylor. He's already back on the hill. Pitching from the stretch, takes a look. Here it comes. And that ball's
good
hit
shot.
hard into right field.
That
It's
shit
gonna
score's
get
going on
through
to
the
the wall.
gap. Morales coming around third. He's going to turn and burn. Calvillo's on his horse.
It's going to be in the park. It's going to be in the park. It's going to send him.
He's going to
send
go,
him.
and
He's
here
gonna
he
send him.
comes.
Get down,
He's
get
going
down.
to try to get there, and he's in there with the in the park home run. He was on his horse. I heard the horse galloping as he turned second, and he comes all the
There's
way
horses
home
to carry that right there,
with
boys.
the in the park home run.
He was on a
Man.
wagon with a bunch of horses pulling that young man.
Calvillo.
Boy, has some Clydesdales pulling him
And
around.
you said baseball players don't run.
Man, that one did. That one
Well,
did.
Calvillo's a different cat.
In
is,
the
yeah.
park home run with an
Nice.
RBI, actually 2.
Yes, sir.
And so,
Brings up Bubba Cerna up the bat.
yeah, goodness.
Catch your breath there, Jones. Catch your breath.
Calvillo was going. He eased into second, made the turn,
Coach
slowed
was
up
like,
a
get
little
your butt
bit,
over here.
and then he turned it back on and got he started whipping that horse, and then here he came.
Started hitting him, huh?
That's
Started whooping
right.
that horse.
That's right.
Whooping spur, whooping spur.
He reversed that process and started
He said,
whooping it.
whoa, Nelly.
And
Threw that parachute coming home, huh?
2 runs on the board for the Cardinals,
Too
and
much fun
Fernando
for the first
Cerna
inning, boys. Too much fun.
at the plate. Here comes the pitch from Diaz, and that
Whoa.
ball's hit right up over the top of us. Oh, and it caught the netting on it. I was looking
Yeah,
this
we look
way,
good, too.
but it's over here.
We're like little kids trying to catch that ball.
Charlie's over there throwing trash around. He's gonna stick that in his pocket, take it home.
Probably
They
have
end
a
up
phone
in the
number,
washing
huh?
machine.
It probably came from Pecos, Texas.
That's not good.
It was a
You
$100
recognize the
bill.
number.
yeah. That's
You
it.
recognize the number, huh, Charlie?
It was a $100 bill. You didn't see that.
I bet it
Diaz
was.
kicks and fires, and a big swing and a miss for Fernando Cerna as he takes that one for strike number 2 after the foul ball was 1, I believe.
Yes, sir. No, it's even to count. 2 strikes, 2 balls, allegedly.
Oh, yeah, that is what that says. I can't read. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs here. Here's the pitch. That
was
one's
still
hit.
out.
Oh,
Oh,
my
right
goodness.
into our dugout.
Gorgeous George was protecting the players.
Man, who is that little fella that just reached up there and caught that like nothing? Is that Gallegos?
Yes, there's Gallegos.
Man, Gallegos just barehanded a
telling you, dude,
freaking
he's a ball player,
line
man.
drive foul ball that was going to kill half the team. And Gallegos just standing there cool, calm, and collective, as Rosendo might say, just stuck his hand in the
Yeah.
air and poof, like nothing, and caught it and threw it
Like,
right
I
back
got
onto
this,
the
kids.
field.
Get out of the way, kids. I got this.
Oh, and there's a
Oh.
swing and a miss. The ball skips off the turf. And so down goes Cerna on the strikeout. So that is the first K of the game for Diaz. As he gets his first K, and coming to the plate now will be Andres Serrano.
Serrano like the chili, they said last night.
That's right. That's right. How hot is he?
Last night it was pretty
Couldn't
cold.
find out.
Gonna check his chili right here as he steps up there ready to go.
Charlie's a checky chiller.
Yep, a chili checker.
Mm.
Here comes the
Oh.
pitch. Big breaking ball comes back across.
Missed the play by a
Must
little
have
bit,
missed it. Yep, just a little. Good-looking pitch, though, from over here.
Smidge.
Yep, it was a smidge.
About a smidge.
All right. Shout out to Miss Leanne Reeves for watching. We appreciate you. And, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Houston Machine Gun Harvey. He is definitely checking us out.
Said Machine Gun Harvey, huh?
Houston said, tell him to get that piece of foam off the netting, and Charlie's already got it. He's got it in his pocket. He's taking it home.
I'm ahead of you, brother.
Phone number.
He's taking it home with him. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's a swing and a miss.
You wanted that one, huh?
And so
Gotta
Serrano
be patient there, bud.
swings at that one. So the board shows 2 balls and a strike here. Is that right?
That's correct.
Sounds good to me. 1 out here. Cards have already put 2 runs on the board here in the top of the first. Here comes the pitch, and that's a drive foul right back over here at Charlie. Had Charlie bobbing and weaving.
I'm watching him.
Yep. Yep, he was bobbing, should have been weaving. And so now we got 2 balls, 2 strikes on the board. 1 out, a 2-0 ball game. The Cardinals with the early lead. Back up there ready. Here comes the pitch from Diaz. A swing and a miss. The ball bounces off the turf, and so down goes Serrano on the strikeout. The second K for Diaz.
Not good.
And we'll have 2 outs now, and coming to the plate is the 8th grader, Randy Gallegos, the young man that we told you saved the dugout a while ago. He steps up in there. He's like, you know what? I've already saved the whole team once as an 8th grader. I might as well step up there and do it again.
Keep playing, right?
Yep. So Gallegos ready to go. Here comes the pitch. That's a big breaking ball. Stays outside for ball 1.
Good discipline by that young man. He didn't even look at it. He's like, that's a ball.
Christian Diaz doing a good job so far early in this ball game from the hill there for the Jal Panthers. Kicks, ready to fire it. Fires it in there. He throws that one down on the turf for ball 2. So 2-0.
Does Jimmy jinxes him?
Yep.
It's okay.
Sometimes I'm good at that. Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Doing a great
It's
job.
so true.
Diaz ready again. He's going to throw him another good one. Here comes that pitch, and that one's high for ball 3. So 3-0 to Gallegos.
Got a red light.
Yeah, I'd probably give it to him, I think. I don't know. Early in the game, I might.
You didn't get on. I think that's Wilson on deck, right?
Yeah, I believe you are correct. That is Ethan Wilson, another youngster, and he takes that one right down the pipe for strike number 1.
Setting up the bunt.
Yeah. He's just trying to keep them on end. What are you doing over there, giving bird signals?
No, my fingertips are green. I don't wonder why.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know either. Don't ask me.
Did I touch that paper Charlie had a minute ago?
I don't know what kind of papers you've been touching, but
I stopped real quick on the way over here.
It's going to earn the walk. Got green fingers. Not sure what led to that.
Where's your fingers been, boy?
Yeah. Charlie in Quapaw, Oklahoma is watching today.
All right.
Appreciate you watching in Quapaw, Oklahoma. And so coming to the plate will be Ethan Wilson. Wilson steps into that right-handed batter's box. He's got Gallegos over with the lead on first, and they're going to throw back to first to make Gallegos slide in there.
He's determined he's going to get somebody out right there.
I concur.
You got 6'7" Wilson up the bat, huh?
Wilson's definitely long, and he's strong, and he's down to get the friction on. Is that a song?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yep. Wilson got back. Well, I thought he was going.
I think it's a country song, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, no, probably not.
You can start off with the Bonanza one.
Willie Nelson.
Yeah, it wasn't Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson probably expired him. But
yeah, that's probably true.
He rode that bus for a few miles.
Willie probably had something to do with that. All right, so Gallegos slides back into first.
I can too, huh?
He's going to slide over there. He's back in there safely. So we've got 2 outs here. We're in the top of the first. The Cardinals lead Jal 2-0. Wilson at the plate with 1 ball, 2 strikes, and there he goes. And he hits a perfect shot right into the gap.
And look at
Gallegos is going to turn and boogie, and he's easily into third. And so what a piece of hitting by Wilson. As that looked like the hit and run was on.
Yes, sir.
And so as Gallegos took off, the shortstop went to cover second, and Wilson hit it right where the shortstop would normally be standing, and through the gap it went. So a great piece of hitting, a great piece of running.
Like Gallegos, he kept running from first all the way to third without a doubt.
Yep. And so that'll bring a courtesy runner. Yep. Hyann Castro comes in. Wilson will go over and take a seat. And the senior, Luis Gomez, comes to the plate. He's playing center field here today. Was pitching last night to start the game. And so got a
umpire delay here or something?
Yeah, he's
fixing his gear.
Struggling with his little hat.
Yeah, the ants in his pants or something.
Something. He's in there ready now, though. He's standing kind of the same way Charlie's standing filming. So if you guys want to picture Charlie, it looks just like that umpire right there. And there goes the runner headed for second, and he's easily in there. And so runners now at second and third. 2 outs here. We're in the top of the first. The Cardinals lead 2-0. Christian Diaz on the hill for Jal. Gomez at the plate for Eunice, and he fouls that one right back toward us. That ball hit that net right up there, and there was something that flew out of the net and went this way. I don't know if that was like dust or some paper, but it flew out of that netting, and it kind of threw me off for a second.
Like it went through, huh?
Yeah, I was like, it ain't supposed to come through the netting, but
sliced that ball up.
But something did, so it threw me off. I was bobbing and weaving. People behind me probably laughing.
These guys are crazy.
Luis Gomez back in there. Big high breaking ball, stays high and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike here, and a 2-out top of the first. Eunice leads 2-0. And so back ready is Diaz pitching for the Panthers. Cash money record set up to take that one, and he takes it right down the middle for strike number 2. So now we've got the Heath Dean rock boogie oogie 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 oogie. Wee 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 wee. It's we got to give him that good leg
Everybody
stuff.
just looks at me crazy, bro. I kind of got embarrassed for a little bit, didn't you?
And so that one's low and outside. And so our rock boogie you worked on that one.
All right, do it again, boy.
Well, no, because now it's 3-2.
Oh,
so you'd be.
This is 2-2-2, boss.
Yeah, it's only when it's 2-2-2 do we do the wee wee thing. So we're not going to do it right now.
Gonna do it.
I was just practicing for later.
I just like
That's
to hear it.
He just likes to hear it.
Diaz with a full count. Let's see if the runners are moving, and that ball stays high, and that'll
load them
load the
up.
bases as Gomez earns the walk. And he heads over to first.
Catcher's going to run out and take a little talk.
Yep. Catcher Cash Taylor going to run out and visit with Christian Diaz, this pitcher. See if there's anything he needs to do different. Maybe put his knee up a little higher or tilt his glove a little bit sideways.
Maybe throw a strike or something like that.
And so the bases are now juiced.
For Zamora.
2 outs, and up comes Luis Zamora, the shortstop. He's got them dogie punching gloves on, so he's ready to punch some dogies. Here comes Diaz. He's going to kick and fire it toward home. That ball's hit foul right back over the top of us, and then
Ball's back
reflects
on the
off
field.
the netting. Yep, comes back down.
Zamora's due. He didn't play that good last night on the bat, but defensively wise he did. But he needs to get a hit right now.
Got to get him going.
Got to get him going right here. Get him out of that slump. Remember?
I think he's ready. It feels like he's ready.
Looks like he's ready
to go.
It's ball.
Yard.
1-1.
Yep. So ball.
Could you imagine if he went yard right here?
Oh man, grand slammer.
We'll wrap it up and
Ooh,
go
that'd
home.
be better than a Denny's breakfast or a.
You ain't joking.
Is that Denny's or is that the other place that has a grand slam?
I think it's
one
Denny's.
of them has a grand
That's
slam.
some breakfast place, right?
I think it's Denny's that got the grand slam.
Grand slam.
I like that lumberjack slam.
All right, that ball scoops up off the.
He's gonna give us a tutorial over there. Of breakfasts.
Yeah, that has 3 pieces of bacon instead of 2. And
bacon and sausage and
2 toasts.
hey, speaking of that, the Eunice Cardinal Booster Club's having a little pancake breakfast here in a couple of weekends. I'll have to look at my little deal to get the exact date. But
we got some tickets for that?
It's like 7 to 9. We do have some tickets.
Whereabouts?
And it's going to be at the First Baptist Church. You can order that same day as the Sean Berry Memorial, big fundraiser for scholarships in this area. And oh my God, that ball was up in his neck and chin.
It's Charlie going on there. Charlie having a stroke over there.
Yeah, some dirt blew in from Kermit and went in his throat. He's trying to get it out. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Oh, and they're going to turn around.
Come home.
Did they get him?
Nope.
No?
He got back
That was
on.
a whole bunch of nothing that just happened right there. The pitcher whirled around to throw it to second, but there was no second baseman or shortstop covering the base, and the runner was already in full speed headed for third. So then he had to turn around, and you had a race.
A little
from
high
the
end out there too,
pitcher.
huh?
Yeah, the pitcher and the guy on second were racing back to second. So anyway, a lot of stuff going on there. There's a check swing.
He did go.
And they're going to say he went. So with that said, down goes the Zamora on the strikeout. That was the third strikeout of the inning for Diaz. And we'll move. Hello. Oh, there we go.
You're on number 2. I'm sorry.
We'll move to the bottom of the first. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
BTH Services and Rentals, LLC is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. They wish all the young athletes an incredible basketball season and send a special shout out to the class of 2025 seniors. Congratulations on this milestone. Go Big Red. BTH Services and Rentals, proud supporters of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Bart Parker, owner of Redbird LP Gas Company, and his employees are proud of the Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids in their academics and athletics. And they realize balancing both is challenging, and they appreciate the Cardinals' determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they're cheering them on all the way. Supporting the Eunice Cardinals, Redbird LP Gas Company.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports, here live in Jow, as we are in a District 4 2A matchup between your Eunice Cardinals and the Jow Panthers. The Cardinals jumped on the early lead here in the top of the first, 2-0, and as we move into the bottom of the first, Ethan Wilson, the long, lanky right-hander, climbs up onto the mound. He looks over there, gives his daddy a thumbs up. Well, his daddy was over there by the dugout.
He's
not
over there somewhere.
He said he went to go sit down, Dad.
And he's,
I got this.
He's ready
There's
now.
a new Wilson in town.
That's right. Behind home plate today, we've got a different look out there on the field. We've got Isaac Morales. Jose Calvillo will be on first. Fernando Serna is our designated hitter today. Andres Serrano is playing third base. Randy Gallegos is playing second base. Ethan Wilson, as I mentioned, is pitching. Luis Gomez in center field. Luis Zamora at shortstop. Haciel will be out there in right field. And Adan Baeza playing that left field spot here today.
So I guess Coy's taking the night off.
Yeah, Coy. There's a few. Coy, Brito, and Lord all, well, and even Tyson Jones, all.
For now, anyways, you might put him in later.
Yeah, I've noticed that, that one thing about Almaguer, he's definitely moving folks around, trying some people in different positions here early in the season.
He has a lot of talent, man.
He does. And
that's a good thing to have, right?
Sometimes you get up there into that state tournament and you need to put somebody somewhere and they haven't got a chance to play there. So sometimes getting them that experience here early in the season can be extremely important. So, what is it?
No, San Ojo Sebastian, #1 Cardinal fan over there.
So coming to the plate is going to be Javier Santillan. He steps up there ready, and Wilson reared back and let that one go.
Like the wind caught it, kind of pushed it out of the zone.
I tell you what, I think it had smoke on it too. It almost looked like a grass fire as it was coming down through there across the
that
turf.
Burnt turf, huh?
Yeah. Turf is blue for sure here in Jow. Wilson kicks, fires it toward home, and that ball's hit foul over toward the Cardinal bus. It's going to stay out there. It's probably going to get him a copperhead or a rattlesnake. I don't think there's any copperheads out there, so it'll probably just be a snaddle rake. And so
we'll get you.
Either that or one of them big, long-eared, long-legged jackrabbits. Back in there
we
ready.
are on the boonies, huh?
I am telling you, we are way out here. And that looked like a good-looking pitch to me, but it was called a ball. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Javier as he's in there ready to go already. Wilson wasting no time. Kicks, fires that one, and that one almost looked like it caught him on the tip of the cap of the helmet.
Last night it would have been hit.
Yeah. And 3 balls, 1 strike.
That kid's hands are kind of separated. You see how he
Yeah,
don't have them together?
that is definitely different, and that one's right down the pipe for the strike. So we got a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Javier.
Money pitch.
He's got his hands separated. We've got kind of a good look, a different look here for us as we're sitting right here behind him.
Beautiful pitch.
He can probably hear me talking in his ear, and he hits that one right over toward the Cardinal dugout. Javier, the left-hander, staying alive, doing that dance that Charlie used to do back in the club with his butterfly collar shirt and his big old baggy bell-bottom pants. And there's a chop and a strike, and down goes Santillon on the strikeout as Wilson gets his first K here in the first inning. And so that'll bring up number 1, Sebastian Arroyo, as he steps up there ready to go. And Wilson already eyeballing his catcher Morales, saying, give it to me, give me the sign.
He's all slapping that glove.
That's right. And here he goes. He's going to step, kick, fires it toward home. And that one swung and hit toward center. Coming running up is Luis Gomez, who's going to make the catch. And so Arroyo goes down on the fly out to center.
Jumped on that first pitch,
He did, and he hit it solid, hit it well. He kind of hung up in that wind a little bit.
Yes, sir.
That wind will hang him up.
Yep. And so that brings the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Juarez himself, Adam Juarez, our broadcast partner from the South. The senior young man steps in there wearing number 3. Got him a yellow and maybe a black wristband on, and he's ready, and he takes that first pitch down the outside corner for strike number 1. Oh,
Wilson.
Adam is in there.
Oh, Wilson throwing the smoke.
He is throwing the smoke. Adam ought to be able to see that. He's broadcast enough these games that he should see that smoke coming.
Right there.
And that one's
a ball, he said.
Maybe a little high. Definitely a well thrown, lot of heat on it for sure. So Adam back in there ready to go. Here comes the pitch. That one's low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Adam.
2 outs, and the score is 2-0 in favor of the Eunice Cardinals.
Wilson kicks, fires toward home. That one's high, and that'll make a 3-1 count. So Wilson a little behind Juarez here as Juarez steps back in there ready to go. Taking a look. Checking his list twice, and there's a fired ball right down the inside, and it's going to be ball.
Did you see him staring down one?
So, yes. And so Juarez heads over to first as he earns the walk. And that'll bring up the cleanup batter, Fernando Saucedo. Saucedo wears number 24, Kobe.
Big 2-4, huh?
That's right, as he steps in there ready to go, a 2x4. Got that bat in his hand, kind of looks like a 2x4.
Maybe a 4x4.
Yep, as he is ready. Here comes the pitch. Oh, he hit him right between the 2 and the 4.
That's going to
hurt. That hurt.
Right square in the back, and that hurt me.
I heard that thud all the way over here, boys.
Man. That's one thing about us sitting right here where we're sitting. That hurt me right there.
Just don't rub it.
I'm always telling people not to move out the way, to just stand there and take it, but don't take that one.
Nah, it's coming a little too quick.
Yeah, that
you couldn't even move.
That hurt me just watching. There ain't no doubt about it. I wouldn't take that one anymore. Golly.
At least you got it out of the way, right?
He threw the fastball with some heat and hit him right between the 2 and the 4, square in the back. And it sounded like, you know, when I'm salting some steaks in the house and I slap them over on that granite and they slap. That's what that sounded like, man. God.
That's a lot of steak too you hit.
Oof. And that ball's right down the inside corner for strike number 1. And this is Cash Taylor. Taylor steps up. Taylor got a good-looking beard. That's a good-looking beard he's
like
got.
A grown man beard.
Man, that's a better beard than my old gray beard I got. I mean, that's the kind of beard that women go, hey, I like your beard.
3-3-3-3-3.
Runners advance.
Yeah. One of them did anyway. You're going to have runners on the corners now.
Oh, sleeping over here.
That one on first is still too sore. He can't move.
Can't feel the shoulder. Huh?
He got hit right.
He said, I'm not running, coach.
Man. Yeah, he took a shot. There ain't no doubt about it.
So that's Suarez on third base there for the Jow Panthers.
So runners on the corners, 2 outs. Cash Taylor at the plate.
Throw him out if he goes to second.
Wilson takes a look. Morales slides around. They throw him the heat, and he swings and misses. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cash was trying to cash in on that one and hit it out of the yard as he steps back in there ready to go.
2 strikes, 1 ball, Mr. Cash.
Yep. Yes, sir. That threw me off. I was like, no, it's 1 and 2. But, yeah, you just said it backwards.
Yes,
but,
sir.
yes, there's a drive high up over first base as the wind has got it, and it is headed over toward
The lake.
Eunice.
somewhere. Yeah, back over toward Eunice. So foul ball. Keep that count the same. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cash.
Yeah, I'm the scorekeeper. It's backwards. It's strikes and then balls over there. It's
Oh, yeah?
balls and strikes. That's where we threw you off at.
Yeah, I was like, what? I was
Why
like,
did I read
2
it that
and
way,
1. Yeah, I got you. All right, so Cash steps back in there. Ethan Wilson. 1 ball, 2 strikes here, 2 outs. Wilson versus Taylor. Here comes the pitch, swung on and miss, and down goes Taylor, swinging on the strikeout. And so that is Wilson's second K as we move to the second. Your score, Eunice 2, JAL 0. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards! Eunice Public Schools empower students to soar by providing exceptional educational experiences in a safe and nurturing environment. The entire Eunice community comes together to champion sports and academics, fostering a spirit of collaboration and friendly competition. Eunice is a vibrant small town with a strong sense of community and academic excellence where everyone thrives. Eunice Public Schools, prioritizing student success, cultivating meaningful relationships, and striving for academic excellence to transform lives and unlock limitless potential.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports here live in JAL as the JAL Panthers are hosting the Eunice Cardinals in a District 4 2A matchup. Here the Cardinals lead at the end of 1, 2-0, and we'll move to the top of the second with the Cardinals. Hasiel Gotia will be leading off at this inning for the Cardinals.
You see the last batter for the Eunice Cardinals?
No, then you've got a Don Baeza, which
Okay.
I'm not sure who the
DH is?
Yeah,
No, they keep
I know
going
who
around.
the DH is, Fernando
It's not the
Cerna.
last one. They keep going.
No.
Yeah.
This guy.
We get to keep
Get
that.
on the camera. Mute his mic real quick. Go eat some nacho soup. Nacho soup.
Noche, not nacho. You guys, listen. If you ever
All right,
been
here
to
we
Olive
go.
Garden,
Hey,
you
we
know
don't
what
want
it
to talk
is.
about that kind of soup.
That's good soup.
All right, so coming to the plate is Hasiel.
Chloe was all confused last night.
Here comes the pitch from Diaz, a swing and a
It's your
miss
fault, brother.
for strike number 1.
I'm gonna take y'all to Olive Garden next time we go somewhere.
Hey, I believe you. I like Olive Garden.
I do too.
Especially that soup.
And Diaz is back there ready to go. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to skip out off the turf, a couple of feet out in front of home plate for ball number 1.
Actually did a good job laying off that pitch,
Yeah,
too.
you could tell he wanted it. He already had his hands moving.
Leaning forward and everything.
Yeah. Yep.
It was weird having your back to everybody, don't it?
Yeah, the whole crowd is behind us.
And you don't hear, plus you're down here in Dal, you know what I'm saying?
And
Ooh,
that
good
ball's on
pitch.
that outside corner for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Hussey.
Get that bat swinging, buddy.
He's back in there ready to go. On the hill is Diaz. Diaz takes a look. Taylor likes the sign, shakes his head yes, and here comes the pitch. A big breaking ball stays outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Hasiel. Hasiel with a 2-2 count. Diaz on the hill. He's going to fire that one toward home. And that ball's driven right down the third base line. It's going to stay foul just barely. And Hasiel was already making the turn on first as he had his motor
He's a
running.
fast kid right there, boys.
Yep.
Get your motor running.
Yeah, he was already making the turn on first, headed for second by the time they called that one a foul ball.
They keep going for the ball. It looks weird on him.
Yeah. 2 balls,
Like
2
a
strikes.
penguin.
Here comes the next one. That one's driven toward the second
Oh,
baseman.
should be
It's going to
2.
go into the gap, trying to make the turn, and they're going to hold him up there at first as Hasiel with a beautiful single into right center field.
That's the thing we didn't do last night was hit those gaps.
Yep. I agree, and that'll bring us to the top as Baeza will be the one that won't be batting. He'll be playing in the field, and our DH Cerna will be batting for him. So now we're back to the top of the lineup. This is Isaac Morales. Young man had a single his first at bat, and he steps up there ready to go. Diaz on the hill for Jow. Here comes the pitch. That one's low and outside for ball number 1. You know, if the wind would calm just a bit, it would be a very nice day out here. The temperatures,
nice.
yeah, I mean, shoot, this is better temperature than what Ms. Ramos had us with that temperature in the press box last night.
Ooh, you ain't joking. It was like wintertime again.
Yeah, she likes her temperature a little different than us old folks like me and Charlie. Now, Rosendo, he's still young enough that he likes it cold like that, too.
Oh,
Yeah, but I had my jacket on after a while. It was too cold for me.
You get old like me and Charlie and take a few of them blood thinners, then, and they're going to try to go for 2 on the steal. And they get him as they picked up Hasiel, or picked him off, trying to steal second. Cash Taylor threw a rocket in there, and he gunned him down. There was a collision between the second baseman and Hasiel, and the ump stood over him to make sure he held onto that ball, and when he finally was sure he did, he called him out.
A lot of contact in his baseball game.
Yes. So that ball slipped out of the pitcher's hands, almost goes into the backstop. Cash come up off his feet with his hands in the air like he just didn't care. He jumped way up in the air to save that one.
Okay, the count is correct. 1 strike, 2 balls.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the next pitch. That ball's hit way up over the top. Pitcher trying to get over here to it. And it goes back over the top, and now it's coming down the bleachers. You know those little deals where you drop like a marble or whatever, and it bounces through the thing and then kicks up and lands on a wheel and goes up over there.
Or the wheel.
That's kind of the way I thought we might get that one in the back of the head as it come down the bleachers behind us, right back toward us.
Yeah, we're the little wheel thing.
Yeah, that's right.
We're not little, Charlie.
So, 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Morales. Diaz on the hill for Jow, kicks and fires it toward home, and that ball swung on and missed. And so Diaz with his 4th strikeout of the ball game, as down goes Morales.
2 away.
And that'll bring Jose Calvillo back to the plate. And coming to the plate coming to the mound is going to be the catcher, Cash Taylor. He turned around and said he wanted to go talk to his pitcher, and so he heads out there. I'm going to talk to him a little bit about how they're going to face Calvillo.
Calvillo sits in the batter's box with his hands on his hip, like, okay, what do you want to do, guys?
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready.
Like a UFC fighter ready to go, huh? That looks over towards the dugout.
And now here comes the coach out of the dugout. Going to go out there and talk to him a little bit as well.
Causing all kinds of hate and discontent out there.
Man, that sky, as you look west, is starting to get brown and starting to get a lot of dirt in the air, for sure. So Calvillo, he's just over here keeping his wrist warm, slinging that bat around. He's got some interesting batting gloves. They've got like some gold sparkly stuff in them. So sometimes when you're up there in the press box looking down at him, it looks like he's got watches and rings on or something.
Especially at night.
But it's some kind of sparkly something in his gloves. Almost looks like some Michael Jackson gloves.
Glove, wasn't it just a glove?
Well, he just wore one. Yeah, we'll have to get Calvillo to just wear one next time. So here we go. Everybody's back and ready. Here comes the first pitch. And
all that for that?
He threw that one over the top of everybody. The catcher never even stood up for it. He just watched it hit the backstop.
And Calvillo picked it up for him.
Yeah.
That's like taking a timeout in basketball and throwing the ball away. Huh?
Yep.
1 ball, no strikes on that.
Coming out of a set play, not doing it, right?
It had to be a slip. And that one's high and inside for ball 2. So 2-0. On a windy.
Just give me one I can hit, brother.
Windy afternoon here in Eunice. Calvillo steps back in there ready to go. Diaz going to kick and fire it toward home, and that ball swung on.
Watch out,
and
Charlie.
hit.
That's going to be in trouble.
It's going to be right in here, and I'm not looking forward to it. And Charlie,
It's stay in play.
Charlie's running.
I'm gonna run, but I forgot I got a halter on here.
Charlie's got his Charlie's got his headset on. He's making a run for it, but he's got a cable connected to our box. He about drug all of us off the table.
Drag that table out
You'll
somewhere.
live, Charlie, I promise, man.
Charlie said, he thought he had a wagon hooked up to him. He was trying to pull us off.
He said, what?
I think I moved that table, and I think it's
you
bolted to the
did
ground.
too. I think you moved me and Rosendo, the table that we're sitting at.
Whoa, Nelly, whoa.
There's a chipper over toward first. Second baseman going to come up.
Almost
They're
hit it.
struggling with it, and he's going to get there. And Calvillo beats it out. That was almost like a bunt, but not quite a bunt.
It was a long bunt.
Yeah,
huh?
a long bunt.
Calvillo got some wheels for a big boy.
He was running. So the young man had that inside the Parker 2 RBI homer his first at bat, and he runs out a single on that one.
You got some wheels too, Charlie.
Charlie's got some wheels. His are
Yeah, but I
big,
got-
strong, like mud tires.
But I got
Some Mickey Thompson's over
That's
there.
but I
right.
got a dang what do you call it? A halter on me.
Yeah, you do. It's us.
I want the people behind. Look at these clowns, man.
Charlie was going to run off and leave us. He was headed for the
I'm looking
parking
for that
lot.
ball coming over that fence.
Yeah, we'll have to explain the fence deal here in a minute so that everybody understands. And
Well, we're
that
gonna
ball
just get him a
goes to the
helmet.
fence. Calvillo going to stroll into second.
He thought about
this-
taking third.
This fence in front of us is that netting, and it goes basically straight up, and it's got like maybe a 5-6 foot bend inward.
Yeah, a little 45 degree up
Yeah, and it don't bend in much. And then there's a cover over the top of us, but there's about probably a 5, 6, 7 foot gap between that and the netting. So when that ball goes up and it comes down right near the netting, it can come right down on our head. So Charlie looked up, lost it in the sun, thought it was coming on his head, and he was turning and headed for the parking
there.
lot.
It's turning and burning, boys.
And he's got his headset with a cable plugged into the box here that we're sitting
I
with.
think I drugged the table
And
4 feet,
he was going to drag us all out into the parking lot.
trying to save everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you were.
One ball, one strike. That
Nice.
ball's hit right toward third. Third baseman going to scoop it, makes the throw over to first, and they get him. And so down goes Cerna. I believe that was Cerna.
Yes, sir, that was Cerna.
Yeah, so he goes down on the ground out. That'll move us to the bottom of the second. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Did you know that Cardinal Hardware isn't just your ordinary hardware store? They're your one-stop destination for all your hardware needs. As the sole hardware store in town, they take pride in being locally owned and operated, serving the community with dedication and care. Cardinal Hardware is fully stocked with all the essentials you need, ensuring you can find everything you're looking for right in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
Eunice is a beacon of community spirit where everyone knows your name and looks out for one another. It's an idyllic haven to raise a family with top-notch schools, a vibrant community, and thrives on sports and academics, and has an unbeatable low cost of living. Want to tap into the heartbeat of Eunice? Google cityofunis.org to unlock a treasure trove of community events, business listings, city maps, and so much more. Experience the magic of small-town living where everyone is welcomed with open arms.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of the District 4 2A matchup between the Eunice Cardinals and the Jowl Panthers. Here live in Jowl on a windy, what started off as a beautiful afternoon has gotten extremely windy the last probably 20, 30 minutes.
And it's a district game, right?
Yes.
Sorry to cut you off.
And, oh, that's okay. And right about the time that this game was scheduled to start, all of a sudden the wind started blowing.
Picking up.
Yeah. When we got here, it was nice, and it was a beautiful day. I was like, man, how nice can it be?
And you jinxed it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and I probably jinxed it. So anyway, Wilson still on the hill for the Cardinals. He had 2 strikeouts in that first inning, held the Panthers to no runs, which is the most important part.
Yes, sir, it was.
He's back up there ready to go. Morales catching for the Cardinals here today. Wilson kicks, Fires that one toward home. It's going to drive
Look
it
at that
toward
beautiful
short. The
job by
shortstop
Zamora.
comes across. Zamora. He makes the grab on the second base side of second base and then fires a rocket across.
Like a ranger out there with the glove.
Man.
Chases it down, has a cannon for an arm.
I
Beautiful.
concur.
Beautiful
Man,
job by
what
Mr.
a
Zamora.
play there
That's
by
some good
Zamora.
defense.
Yes, it was. And so that'll bring Jared Mendoza, I believe, to the plate here. Is that number 4?
Yes, sir, it is.
As that first pitch is low and inside for ball 1. So Mendoza steps back in there. 1 ball, no strikes here. We're in the bottom of the second. Cardinals with a 2-0 lead, and that ball comes right back over the top of us. Charlie was going
I'm
to
going to
run
get my heart
again.
out on here in a minute. I ain't joking.
Safety first, Charlie.
Might
I'm
need to get
telling you.
Coach Jackson to let us borrow a football helmet or two.
He needs a padded helmet. That's what he needs.
The bad thing is I'm sitting on this table. I'll put a helmet on and then, oh, that one's headed right for me. Where'd it go? It never fell, huh? Did it go
It
over?
went over in the parking lot.
Oh, man. That one almost had me running that time.
Hey, I got some rabbit in me, I'll tell you that right now.
That's just rabbit.
Jackrabbit.
Jackrabbit.
Number 2. Huh?
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the next pitch. It's a chopper toward short. Shortstop going to come running, scoops it, bobbled it for a minute, guns it to
Got it.
first and gets him. And so Zamora doing work out there from the shortstop position.
Flashing that glove, ain't he?
Man, he sucked that one up off the ground, bobbled it for a minute on the run, threw it across his body, and
Got him all
fired
the
a
time,
rocket
yes.
in there, yes. And that'll bring up number 10, Christian Rangel. Rangel steps in there ready to go. 2 outs here early in this ball game, and that first one is
nice.
a rocket right down the middle for Wilson.
Somebody's hit the ball.
Oh, I thought somebody said that's a ball.
Yeah, maybe.
It looked like a good pitch to me, but anyway,
concur.
0-1. Here comes the next one, and that one looks like a good pitch to me too. So that's
Wilson's
another
warming up, I think.
Man, he is. He's got that outside half of the plate, and he is firing
with the
them right
purpose,
down
ain't he?
there, low, high, up, down, but right down that outside corner. And there's a
Blew right
Man.
by him on that one.
Run that one right by him, and
3 up,
down
3
goes
down.
Rangel on the strikeout as Wilson gets us out of the top half of the. I'm sorry. Now we'll move into the third. The Cardinals lead 2-0. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Eunice Wrecker and Rental offers professional and reliable 24-hour roadside services in Lee County. Light to medium duty towing and recovery, fuel delivery, jump starts, lockouts, and tire changes. Eunice Wrecker will also haul off those unwanted vehicles to clean up your property. Eunice Wrecker, over 20 years of experience and fully licensed and insured. Call Eunice Wrecker 575-394-HOOK, 394-4665. Eunice Wrecker and Rental, currently hiring Class A CDL and regular drivers for the wrecking yard. Eunice Wrecker, 44 North New Mexico Highway 248, Eunice, New Mexico, MM1.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of this Eunice-Jow matchup. Here live from Jow, it's a District 4 2A matchup. As the Cardinals with the early lead, 2-0, we get ready to start the third inning, and the Cardinals will come to the plate.
Got to keep them sticks going right here, boys, so we can get
That's
some more
right.
points on the scoreboard here.
It'll bring up Andres Serrano as he steps up there, the third baseman. He struck out his first trip to the plate, and he's ready to go here. Diaz still on the hill for the Panthers, kicks and fires that
got
one.
him on
A
that
big
changeup.
swing and a miss.
He's way ahead of that on that
Yep.
one.
Threw some kind of off-speed pitch there. Change with a little movement on it, maybe. He's back in there ready to go. 0-1 is the count. Pitcher shook that first sign off and then said yes, and here it comes. And there's a swing and a miss for strike number 2 as Serrano.
He shook it off for a good reason, right?
Yes, they did. Big breaking ball that time, and now we've got an 0-2 count here to Andres. Andres going to step back in there. Diaz, he shook him off again, and now he says yes. Here comes the pitch, and that one's a breaking ball that lands in the blue turf out like in front of the dirt.
Yeah, about 4 feet in front, right?
Yep. And now he, Cash Money looked over and put the cell phone sign up to his ear and said, "You can call me on my cell phone."
Call me in the morning.
You call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need and that ball is in the turf.
Even the count here, Mr. Jones.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. First batter of the 3rd inning is Andres. He's going to take a look down there at Coach Almaguer, who gives him some signs. Not gang signs, but some batting signs. And then he chucks up, swings at that one, and down goes Serrano. The 2nd strikeout of the ball game for that young man, and the 5th strikeout of the game for Diaz. And that's going to bring the youngin', the 8th grader Randy Gallegos, to the plate. The young man walked his last trip to the plate. That wind continues to blow at us. Here comes the first pitch from Diaz, and that ball goes over the top of the head of Gallegos. Cash Money jumped up high to get that one. He's got some pink and turquoise gloves.
Hanging out of his pockets.
Yep. Here comes that next pitch, and they're going to call that one a strike.
Wow.
Got away from the catcher.
Got away from the base, too. Looked like
Looked like it was low and outside. The catcher couldn't quite get a glove on it, and he called it a strike. So,
just like that one.
Yep.
A little bit outside there, bud.
1 ball, 2 strikes here.
Talk about opening it up, right?
To Gallegos. So Gallegos steps back in there, ready to go.
Get a piece, bud.
Got his hands ready. Here comes the pitch, and that one's fouled off.
Yeah, we're falling off.
Yep.
Now you're ready. Give it a ride.
Staying alive, is he?
Staying alive, Charlie. Yeah, for those that weren't tuned in when we got started here today, Jal's doing a lot of work out here to this baseball field, and it's going to be really nice. I mean, it already looks 1,000 times better than someplace like Texaco.
We'll show y'all on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, and he gets the breaking ball that comes back through the middle. And so down goes Gallegos on the strikeout. And that is the 6th strikeout of the ball game for Diaz.
And Diaz is pitching a good game.
Yes, he is. And that'll bring Ethan Wilson to the plate. Young man had a single his first at bat. He's the pitcher for the Cardinals here today. Son of Travis Wilson.
He's wandering around here somewhere.
Yes, he is. Here comes the first pitch to Wilson. It's down that outside corner for strike number 1.
That was a little low for him.
Outside and low, yes, sir.
Yep. So Wilson stepping back in there ready. Christian Diaz on the hill for Jal, doing a good job so far. Here comes the pitch. It's low and outside on that breaking ball for ball 1.
Making it 1-1 here with 2 outs.
Yep.
Top of the 3rd.
With Wilson back in there. Here comes the pitch from Diaz. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. And that ball looked way low and outside.
Yeah.
But he had to swing at it because last time they called it a strike. So that's one of those deals that, what do you do in that situation, right?
Yep, you start reaching out there.
He's going to throw another one outside, too. Betcha.
So rearing back, ready to go. Here's Diaz. His pitch. It's hit toward left center field. Trying to get there's the left fielder. And he's going to jump over there and make that catch. A good catch there in left field. Not sure who the left fielder is. I think maybe Rangel, but I'm not 100% certain. I think 7 is left field, right?
Yes, sir.
Rangel. So that's Christian Rangel. Made a good catch out there. As we move to the bottom of the 3rd, the Cardinals lead Jal 2-0. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of their Eunice community and their Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 14 years and is family owned and operated. Located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice, they're your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tanks, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on number 9 Elijah and number 15 Maddox, wishing them good luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006, delivers exceptional transport, pump truck, vacuum truck, and disposal services. Their commitment extends beyond business to supporting Lee County sports and academics. Parker Energy wants to empower young adults to succeed in sports, scholastics, and personal growth. Parker Energy, located at 2350 Avenue O in Eunice, proudly backs Lee County athletics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Jow Panther Sports. Here live in Jow as the Cardinals lead 2-0. Here in the bottom of the third, the Panthers will be coming to the plate here. You know, one thing that I didn't do before the game that I was going to do, and the Cardinal bus got here kind of late. Jow had already taken infield and done all kinds of stuff when the Cardinals come driving up and jumped out of the bus. Just, I mean, maybe 15 minutes before
like
game time.
nonchalant, right?
Yeah, like, here we are.
Yeah.
We found it.
Yeah, and probably they were looking for it like we were. But anyway, I forgot to get that app on my phone where I could track all the stuff. So anyway, the Panthers will come to the plate here with
number 8.
Number 8 is Andre Rodriguez. So he steps up there ready. Here comes the first pitch, and it's a rocket fouled right back toward Charlie.
I was about to reach up and grab it like that kid did.
Yeah, I bet you was. Just going to snatch it out of there. Yeah.
He even moved slow right there. Like,
His palm would say Wilson for the rest of his life. There's a drive into left center field. Left fielder trying to get there. That's a Don, and he's going to make the catch on the run.
Chases it down.
Don Baeza chased it down and made the catch.
And that's tough in this wind because it's moving around a lot up there. Yeah.
And so now, coming to the plate, listening to Papa Top, my friend, is going to be Javier as he steps in there ready to go.
Lefty.
Yep. The left-handed leadoff batter. The young man struck out his first trip to the plate.
Oh,
and he
man.
took a
confused on that one, wasn't
Oh, man. And
he wanted that swing back.
And then he was
he?
going
He
to
did
run
pop
to
a top
first.
on that one, huh?
And then he was going to run to first. So
like, what am I doing?
yeah, he definitely took a big swing. And that one's going to be a little low and outside. Look fairly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Look fairly good from our angle. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. We're in the third inning. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's hit over toward first. First baseman Calvillo is going to wave everybody off. He's going to grab it, step on first.
So here, let me take care of this for y'all.
And down goes Morales. No, I'm sorry, Santillan.
Yes, Santillan.
Morales is our leadoff batter.
2 away.
So that'll bring Sebastian Arroyo up. The young man had a fly out his first trip to the plate. So he steps back in there ready to go. Wilson takes a look at his catcher, Morales. He likes the call, and he's going to fire it home. Here comes the pitch. It's low and goes all the way.
It usually bounces almost all the way back.
Yeah.
When it hits that back stop.
Yeah, landed like right beside the umpire. And our main man, Adam Juarez, run over and grabbed it for him and handed that off.
Don't hurt to make some brownie points with that blue shirt.
That's true. That's true. I don't think Charlie ever makes any. There's a drive into left field. Running up is Baeza, and he's going to make another good catch, does Baeza. So another nice catch out there in the outfield.
Good defense there by the Eunice Cardinals.
Yeah, and so Baeza out there looking like a Hoover vacuum cleaner as nobody does it like a Don Baeza. The Cardinals lead 2-0 as we move to the fourth. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company. leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Redbird Garage is your hometown local mechanic shop specializing in minor and major repairs from oil changes, car washes, brake work, AC repair, and so much more. For more information, call 575-394-8828. Call 575-394-8828. Redbird Garage, 1800 North Main Street is your hometown mechanic shop, committed to always doing what's right for you and your vehicle. Redbird Garage is a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports here as the Eunice Cardinals are on the road down here in Jowl for a District 4 2A matchup. The Cardinals lead 2-0, and we're in the top of the fourth. The Cardinals will have the senior Luis Gomez, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Headed to the plate.
Well, we haven't scored much runs after the first inning after Jose Calvillo
I agree.
coming in. We got to score some runs here in the
Time
top
to
of the
open
fourth.
her up, open her back up.
So Gomez heads up there. Here comes the first pitch.
There
It's a
you go.
drive into right field, and so
Right on
Gomez
cue.
going to stroll over to first. And so Gomez with a single. The senior having a good game here.
Yes, he
He's
is.
reached both his at-bats. And so that'll bring up Luis Zamora.
And Zamora's due for a hit, man. He got
Yes,
to have
he
a hit
is.
tonight.
He struck out his first at-bat. Got no outs here. He's got a speedster on first base in Luis Gomez, a man that can flat out run.
Think we're going to bunt here?
I don't know.
Yeah, both are fast.
He has made it into the finals of the 110-meter hurdles pretty much every year he's been in high school at the state track meet. And he's definitely not a slow fella.
Putting a little cat and mouse on first.
Yeah. Make it easy and just throw your hands in there
Yeah.
and call timeout.
We're wasting our time, bud.
Yep. All right, so here we go as they throw it over to first that first time, and let's see what they do here. They're going to throw it, and Gomez is going to try to make a run for it.
Nobody was there.
And he's in there as they didn't have anybody covering
No.
second base.
Nobody's home.
They didn't have a
So-
chance anyway to get him.
Yeah,
No.
Gomez was way out there in front of that one as he dove in there Pete Rose style. R.I.P. to the legend.
R.I.P., huh?
Yep. And so now a runner in scoring position, no outs. Zamora at the plate. Gomez with a big lead out there at second, and that pitch is going to be.
Wow.
They're going to call that a strike. It looked like it was
Dude.
way over here toward us to me.
I
But
could have caught it.
yeah. Charlie definitely could have.
Well, I'm about ready to.
He said about ready to. That even came out slow, Charlie.
Now they're trying to slide over behind Gomez, see if they can get him leaning the wrong way. Here comes the pitch, and that one's high.
Better be. I'll
Go crazy there, huh?
climb over this fence.
I tell you, if you decide to give that a shot, just let me know. I'll jump over and be the
You
cameraman.
get the camera.
Yep, and we'll film that. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Zamora. They're going to throw it back this time, and they do, and he dives in there. It was a pretty good throw. If he had got that throw down just a couple
lower,
of feet,
yes.
it might have
Might
been
got him.
trouble.
A bit closer play there.
Yep. Gomez already with a huge lead again. Here comes that pitch. It's driven
Let it
into
fall, let it
left
fall.
field, trying to see what's going to happen here as
Gotcha.
they do make the catch out there in left field. That is Rangel. That's his second nice catch out there in left field.
A lot of action this game, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Yep.
He's a posse, right?
Yep.
I
believe that is right. As Hasiel steps to the plate. Young man had a single his last trip to the plate. Gomez over there with a huge lead again, and that ball is going to skip off the turf. And Gomez slaps himself on the helmet, thinking I
Yep.
could have been on third.
No, Cassius would have got him. Cash, I mean.
Not on the if he'd have been going on the go, he'd have probably been
Yeah,
there.
because he had a huge lead, huh?
Yeah, he was standing
stand
about where that
corrected, yes, sir.
shortstop is now, and then the
He
catcher.
hesitated, huh?
Well, the catcher missed it, so it rolled out there over into the left-handed batter's box. That was closer than you want it to be.
What was that umpire doing?
I'm
Being
not
in the
sure.
way?
Pointing. He's like, throw the ball over here. We'll have none of that.
Look, he's getting
Just
right
kidding.
there in kind of an awkward.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where you're supposed to be. I don't know. There's a high, towering fly ball up over second. Second baseman trying to get to it, and he does make the catch.
For out number 2.
Yep. So down goes.
Haciel.
What was that? Haciel on
Yes,
the
sir.
fly out. So I believe that'll bring us all the way back to the top. It'll be Isaac Morales, the top of the lineup for the Cardinals with 2 outs. Gomez standing up there on second, hoping somebody will bring him around, and maybe Morales is the guy to do that. Here comes the pitch. He skips that one. A nice catch there by Taylor as he backhanded that one as it skipped off the turf out there a couple of feet wide.
He did do a
of the
beautiful job of
plate.
keeping that runner on second there.
That's one thing about the turf that's different than when probably you
That
or I
ball
played.
comes up, yes.
You get all kinds of different hops on this turf. It's pretty. Oh, man, it rocket right back at the pitcher. The pitcher knocked it down,
No, he barely got it.
and then they're going to get him on it was not a great throw. It pulled the first baseman off, but then he's able to step on it and take care of business. So Morales is going to go down to on the ground out over to first. And so as we move into the bottom of the 4th, the Cardinals lead 4-0. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
BTH Services and Rentals LLC is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. They wish all the young athletes an incredible basketball season and send a special shout out to the class of 2025 seniors. Congratulations on this milestone. Go Big Red. BTH Services and Rentals, proud supporters of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Bart Parker, owner of Redbird LP Gas Company, and his employees are proud of the Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids in their academics and athletics. And they realize balancing both is challenging, and they appreciate the Cardinals' determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they're cheering them on all the way. Supporting the Eunice Cardinals, Redbird LP Gas Company.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal and Jow Panther Sports here live from Jow. Had an update here off the Game Changer app showing that the Lady Cardinals trail Loving 0-12. I'm not sure if that game's over, if it's still going on. No idea, but the Lady Cardinals looking like they're in trouble against Loving, and Loving is just, you know, I was going to say they're the Hobbs of softball, what Hobbs is of basketball, but I think they may be better than that.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody will beat Loving.
Yeah, it's just a tough matchup. I mean, that's who the Cardinals ended up playing in that Mesilla Valley tournament down there the other day.
Yep.
And after they played so amazing against everybody, then Loving took them to the woodshed in the championship game, and it looks like that's what's happening right now. It's final. Loving 12, Eunice Lady Cardinals 0. So I just popped up
Now
on
it's a
my
district
phone.
game as well, correct?
Yes. You know, district softball, this district is as tough as anybody. I mean, Jow, Eunice.
Kind of reminds you of the football
Loving.
district, doesn't it?
Yes. So coming to the plate will be Adam Juarez. Young man walked his first at bat. Our main man, Adam, is in there ready to go. Here comes his first pitch.
And somebody honked the horn at the
Man,
young
right
man.
as that,
About the time the ball went across the
Yeah.
plate.
yeah, somebody was honking.
Probably a Jow faithful.
Yeah. They trying to mess up their own batter.
Yeah.
So that first one was down the middle for strike number 1. Here comes the next one, and Adam fouls that one right back at us. And so that'll be
Wilson's
foul ball,
coming at him with
strike
2 fastballs right there.
Yes, he did, going after him. Fernando Salceda is on deck. He's the young man that got hit between the 2 and the 4 right in the back, his first at bat. Adam Juarez walked his first at bat, and he drives that one into right field. And our main man, Adam, with a single into right, as Adam doing
ball
work
player here, huh?
Got him
Yeah.
a base hit.
That's right. And now that'll bring the 4x4 or the 2x4 that took it between the 2 and the 4. His last at bat. I guarantee you he's got a
He got the whelp on him, bro.
whelp,
forgot
a
that,
bruise in his back, man. I feel bad for that young man. He took a shot right square center of the back.
It'd be worse if he hits him again right
Oh.
here.
Wilson,
Man.
throw one inside, back him up.
No, man, I don't even wish that on nobody.
I don't hit him, but just back him up.
And that
Ooh,
first
he
pitch
sure
was
did.
inside, man, and you got him
Calling a
flinching.
ball.
Yeah. Ooh, man.
I was even flinching on that pitch.
1 ball, no strikes here to Sauceda. Said he got a hit his first at bat. He's got a runner in Juarez over there on first. Wilson rocks and fires that one down the middle, and they're going to throw back toward first. Was Morales. It was a good throw.
Just not on time.
Yep. And so
3-1-2.
1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, whatever the 3-1-2 is, that's the play here. It's a 3-1-2.
Get hit. Oh, he's going to
He's
square
going
up.
to square around and act like he's going to bunt here. I would say it's going to be a fake bunt.
Yeah. He's going to pull out of it.
Yeah, I think he will too. No?
No.
And he bunts it right to the pitcher. The pitcher scoops it up, fires it over to first. They advance the runner. And so I guess that's basically what they were going for there is,
Get him to run her around. Huh?
yeah. Yeah, so
Strategy.
he grounds out on the bunt.
That's
But
only
he
the
does.
first out, too.
He does advance the runner, and Juarez over to second. So now with 1 out, a runner in scoring position. And here comes Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 and the 2000 as Cash Taylor
Got that bling on, too.
comes to the plate. He's up there ready to go in the right-handed batter's box. Big lead by Juarez out there at second. He's got a monster of a lead.
He's confident.
Oh, and kind of a, I thought they were going to call a balk right there. The Jow coach is out of the dugout. He's
And what he
wanting
did,
the balk.
he's spun around.
Yeah,
Does that
but
make sense?
he made a movement of some sort before the spin that I'm not a.
Let's see.
Yeah, there was a weird hitch in his giddy up right there, as I thought it was a balk, and that ball's fouled right back over the top of us, and lands back down inside.
Y'all got to
play.
watch it for me. I can't see it.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it for you.
Yeah, I know you
We're
are.
gonna do what you did to us. We're gonna take
Look,
off running and
look.
drag you with us.
Look, the ball just hit him in the top of the head.
Tony's
We
down.
watched it all the way.
We'll give it some good commentating as we're.
I think he's breathing.
Rossendo's giving him mouth to mouth. I'll grab the
I don't
camera.
think so.
Lord.
Let him die. Let him die.
Chest compressins. Uh-oh, and there's another foul ball off the bunt for strike 2.
Now just burn one in there, buddy.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll tell you, do them chest compressions to the staying alive beat.
Staying alive.
Yeah, there you go.
Now I got a inflator, too.
A what?
Let's talk some baseball here, boys.
0-2. So we're in the 4th inning, a 2-0, and there's a
Got
swing
him.
and a miss. Trying to find the ball is Morales. He loses
Oh,
it, and
my
then he
God.
kicked it. And they're going to reach on the error.
Got him. Oh, I was close.
Man. And so they had him.
He struck out, dropped the ball, the run against the first, running it out, but Suarez advances the third there. Smart move by that young man.
And that'll bring up Christian Diaz.
They're going to have a courtesy run over here for Mr. Cassius.
Okay.
I think it's number 12.
12 would be Isaac Salinas.
Okay.
So Salinas heads out there to run some bases. Runners on the corners, 1 out. It's just a 2-run game. It's 2-0. I think I said 4 earlier, but it's 2-0.
And the wind is still blowing.
And we
Yes,
need some
it
more
is.
cushion. I don't like this, too.
Yeah, I need a little more cushion for our pushing in this game. Is 2-0 is not a lot of cushion. Wilson going to fire this one inside, and they fake the throw, and then they throw it into left, and it goes out into left field. And there was nobody backing up that throw on third as it rolls out into left field, and easily scoring is Adam Juarez, and now we got a 1-run game.
And the crowd going wild over here on the
Oh,
Jow
man,
side.
yeah, I guarantee you. You know,
It means something.
Jow's only won 2 or 3 games all year, so for them to come out here and take down the #1 team in the state on the coaches' polls this week, Eunice is
Ain't gonna
number
look good,
1.
yeah.
Yep. And so a 2-1 score is not, I don't think, at least what anybody on the Eunice sideline expected. But anytime you come to Jal, whether it be to play marbles or horseshoes,
or baseball,
baseball, basketball, football, it doesn't matter. It's always going to be a competitive game most of the time between these two towns. And there's a drive into left field. Well hit ball coming up is Baeza. He's going to throw it toward home, and they're going to get the guy at third. As cutting it was the
Serrano.
That was Serrano. He cut it and then tagged the runner out who was making the turn at third.
Yeah, he fell down.
Yeah.
He come around third and fell
Baeza
down.
with a good play out there on a
cannon,
well-hit ball. Came up with his cannon firing.
A beautiful job out there by the Eunice Cardinals, playing smart baseball out there, getting the lead runner out.
I agree.
For out number 2. The score remained the same there, Mr. Jones. 2-1 in favor of the Eunice Cardinals.
Yeah, and that'll bring Mendoza to the plate. Young man had a ground out his last at bat on a chopper toward short.
And the umpire taking some notes out there.
Yeah. Did they courtesy run again or something?
I didn't notice. I can't see that guy's behind Calvillo. So.
That wind is blowing again.
It's number 11 out there running, sir. I don't know.
11 is Gus Parsons. So one of
I
those
guess he
Parsons. We used to have some Parsons that lived in Eunice that had been down here for a while. So there's a good selection of Parsons that live down here in Jal. A lot of those folks are from East Texas, over in the Cisco, over in that area. Anyway. Here
Somebody's
comes
saying go, huh?
Yeah. And there's a drive high into shallow center. Center fielder trying to come up. And he does. Gomez calls him off. He makes the catch. So down goes Rangel on the no, that was Mendoza. I'm sorry, on the fly out. So as we move to the 5th, the Cardinals lead 2-1. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports.
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards! The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports here live in Jal as the Jal Panthers and the Eunice Cardinals are squaring off in a District 4 2A matchup. We've got a 1-2 game. It's a one-run game here in the 5th, and the Cardinals will come to the plate. And stepping up here to start this inning.
Is that Calvillo?
I think it's...
Yeah, it is
Calvillo. Yeah.
Yep.
So Calvillo. Yeah.
Jalapeno.
So Jose Calvillo had an inside the park home run with a man on base. So 2 RBIs in his first at bat. He had a single his last at bat.
We're not going to see another in-park home run.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to have right now. I'll take a base hit or a walk. Either one will be fine with me. But he's going to step up there ready. Here comes the first pitch, and he drives it over into right field. It's going to be a fair ball right down the baseline. It's headed into the corner. Calvillo going to turn at second. He's headed for third. He's running sideways.
He's looking at the ball, too, boy.
And he's in there as Calvillo with the triple.
That barely made it inbounds.
Yeah. It went right down the first base line.
They're going to protest.
And the umpire the coaching staff of Jal wants to come out here and confront the umpire about it. He didn't like the call.
I seen it from here, and I got bad vision.
Yeah. They didn't like the call. He's still out there questioning, but now he's going to turn around and head back to the dugout.
All that for nothing, right?
I didn't see it land. I just saw it rolling through the field, so it was right on the line from where I could see. But I could see.
Either way, we got a triple out of it.
Yeah. And that first pitch is going to get through, and here comes Calvillo as he slides in there, and he is safe. And Calvillo
done that hip
taking
slide.
care of business, ain't he?
doing work as he steals home plate on the pass ball.
He scored every point this game.
He's definitely he's been responsible for all of them. Yeah, he had the
Steps up big when you
RBI
need
and the homer, and now that, and he's been
said, "I got big
responsible for
shoulders,
all
I'll
3
carry y'all."
runs, and he will.
Is that a ball? He calls that a ball, right?
Yeah, I believe so. So this is Fernando Cerna that's at the plate, and he swings hard at that one for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's due. He hasn't got a base hit tonight, has he?
No. Guy goes chasing them foul balls around over here, and he steps back in there ready, does Cerna. Diaz on the hill for the Panthers. Kicks, fires it toward home, and that ball is hit a ton, and it's right over there. It's going to get somebody's car. And it's hitting the direction of my wife, so if it hits hers, don't tell her.
Nope, we won't say nothing.
I'm all the way out there parked against the street, as far into that corner as I can
but ain't gonna get hit by a ball.
Man, I hope if they do, I hope they just steal the whole car. Oh, there's a drive in the left field, and it's hooking, and it's going to stay fair and then roll into the corner. Cerna heading for
get on your horse,
second,
bud. Now, Cerna, a little
and he's
slower.
going to slow up right there as
Nice
he
double.
pauses a beautiful hit ball into left field as Cerna with the double.
Hopefully Serrano here can swap places with Cerna.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
So Serrano heads to the plate. Young man struck out his first 2 at-bats here today, so he is due. We've now got a 3-1 game.
No
outs in the 5th.
Runner in scoring position.
So
Charlie is ready in the fighting position over there.
Yep, he's raised bobbing, he's weaving. Here comes the first pitch, and that ball's going to get away from the catcher, and here comes Cerna headed to third. And so Cerna now stands feet away from home. A 3-1 ball game. This Panther team is they played a heck of a ball game.
Yes, they did up
so
to this
far.
moment.
Yep.
And the last thing they want, if you're a Panther fan, is for the wheels to come off right here.
Well, I'll tell you something. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, but if you're a Cardinal fan, you're praying for the wheels to come
Yeah,
off.
we seen it last night. Eunice never gave up last night on the game last night. And right now they haven't either. They've been struggling at the plate, but they're putting hits together when they need to.
Yep.
Same thing last night. We just got lucky with that balk.
Yeah, for sure. I was talking to the umpire earlier about that call. And, he said, I just saw it and called it. Didn't think about it being the game-winning deal. But
That's
it's like
his
I
job.
told him, I said,
you do what you do.
It shouldn't matter. I mean, you saw what you saw. You made the call. And so I told him, I said, the thing about being an umpire, an official, is 50% of the people are never going to like your call.
Yep.
That's just the way it is. And when I hear people say, oh, why do y'all complain? Well, that's sports, and that's been sports as long as I can remember.
That's why you play sports, right?
I complain about umps every single game. I complain about refs every single game.
There's not much you don't complain about.
Well, I mean, that's just
just your
sports
nature.
to
Human
me.
nature, man.
Yeah. I'm competitive and love it, and that's sports. And for those sissies that sit at home and say it's not, or sit up here and say it's not, then man, I'd tell you to go do something else. Go to the library and read some books or something.
It's windy in there.
And there's a great looking pitch. Yeah, I just, to me, that's what makes sports
exciting.
Yeah, you get to get out
Makes
here
it more
and
competitive.
say, boo, that's a terrible call. Come on, Blue. I mean, that's what
Charlie.
makes it fun. And
Come on, Blue.
now, you can take it too far, and I will 100% agree with that. And I don't think we should. I think the game needs officials, and I'm okay with that. And,
Can't get personal and things like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to scream, come on, Blue, your mama dresses you funny or nothing like that. I mean, but if I'm saying terrible call, that should be allowed, I think. I don't.
What if their mama does dress them funny?
Well, in that case, I mean, if you're being honest.
Whoa.
Wow.
He was fixing to take his base.
That ball was up even with his chin or maybe even his nose, and it was a called strike.
I'm gonna
And
go
so-
get some glasses out of the
Yeah, so just as I was saying that, come on, Blue.
Come on, Blue.
Here comes the next pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, and down goes Serrano on his third strikeout of the ball game. That's strikeout number 7 for the young man from Jal, Diaz. And now here comes the 8th grader to the plate.
That's the first out of this inning, so we're still in good shape here.
Yep, we're in good hands with Allstate. Randy Gallegos. He had a walk. He did strike out his last at bat, and that ball's,
It's eye level. That kid is like 4 feet tall.
He just offended everybody right there, didn't he?
I mean, come on.
Just come on, Charlie.
Offended the official.
The
offended
batter.
The batter. Here comes the next pitch, and that one is in there for strike 2.
That's a makeup call for Charlie screaming in his ear right there, huh?
Somebody has to go to the restroom or something.
So
And he
0-2.
continues.
0-2 here to Gallegos. Gallegos in there ready. Diaz takes a look at his catcher. Taylor, he likes the call. Here comes the pitch. And that one's way outside.
Possible strike.
Yep. For ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gallegos. Yeah. These officials are awesome. Come on, ref!
Look what your day job.
We're doing good. Dadgummit.
And there's a drive high up over third base. Third baseman trying to get under it. And he does. And makes the catch. And that'll be out number 2 as Gallegos goes down on the fly out.
All right,
The
up to
wind is blowing.
our pitcher.
And so now Ethan Wilson going to come to the plate. Wilson with a single, and then he struck out his last at bat as he steps up here ready with a 3-1 lead and a runner standing on third in Cerna. He could help his cause here with a base hit.
That wasn't a strike?
Amazing.
Definitely high, and but you know, on Wilson he's pretty long, so it's got to be really high to not be. Yeah, so here comes the next pitch, and it's outside.
Good
and
frame
Taylor,
job there by
yeah,
the catcher.
he definitely held it there a while for sure. So 2 balls and no strikes, and the Jal faithful letting the up here a little bit there on that call. Here comes the next pitch. Oh, and a swing and a miss.
Gotta keep
For
your head
strike
down.
1.
Keep your head down there, bud.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Look
We
like
keep
me
it
playing
PG,
golf.
man. The people behind us or anywhere, they scream some crazy stuff. I should say behind me. They probably heard me.
Here comes the next pitch, and
Ooh,
that one's
got him
swung on and
confused on
missed.
that one.
As Wilson takes strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rock boogie, oogie, woo, 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 woo. He's in there. He's ready to go. Oh, we got it going now. Diaz on the hill. Takes a look at Wilson. Here comes the pitch. And that one's headed for the
We
backstop.
caught that. Nice
Oh,
catch
he
there
did.
by
So
the
3
catcher.
balls, 2 strikes as
Money
Wilson
pitch.
works it full. And it'll definitely be the money pitch. Cerna with a big lead over there on third. He's still walking toward home. And here comes the pitch. Oh, and a swing and a miss by Wilson. Down goes Wilson. The 8th strikeout of this ball game by the pitcher Diaz from Jal. And as we move into the bottom of the 5th, the Cardinals lead 3-1. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Eunice Public Schools empower students to soar by providing exceptional educational experiences in a safe and nurturing environment. The entire Eunice community comes together to champion sports and academics, fostering a spirit of collaboration and friendly competition. Eunice is a vibrant small town with a strong sense of community and academic excellence where everyone thrives. Eunice Public Schools, prioritizing student success, cultivating meaningful relationships, and striving for academic excellence to transform lives and unlock limitless potential.
Did you know that Cardinal Hardware isn't just your ordinary hardware store? They're your one-stop destination for all your hardware needs. As the sole hardware store in town, they take pride in being locally owned and operated, serving the community with dedication and care. Cardinal Hardware is fully stocked with all the essentials you need, ensuring you can find everything you're looking for right in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports and Jal Panther sports, I guess technically here today, as we are covering this game. When I got here to this field, the Ron that covers the Jal Panthers was here setting his stuff up, and I didn't think much about it, but he told me that he was getting ready or something, and he said, like, is this the softball field? And I said, no,
There's a
this
mound
is
out
not.
there.
And he said, well, I'm supposed to cover the softball game. And I said, well, the softball field's on the other side of town over there.
About 40 miles the other way.
So I pointed him in the right direction. But I thought I heard a rumor that the softball game got canceled for Jal today, but I don't know if that's true or not. And so, anyway, here we go. The 5th inning. 3-1 is the score. The Cardinals with the lead here. And coming to the plate for Jal is, I believe that's Mendoza. Is that right? No, that can't believe Mendoza. Maybe number 10?
I haven't seen his number, Mr. Jones. Apologize.
That's all right.
Can you see it from there, Charlie?
No, not yet.
Did you say Soup?
Soup.
There's a
10.
bunt down that third base line.
And
It's
a
going to
foul
stay
ball.
foul. And it is Christian Rangel, the left fielder for Jal.
0-2 the count.
Just like that, he got 2 strikes, huh?
Yeah.
No.
So 0-2, 5th inning. This is the bottom of the 5th.
Yes, sir.
3-1 game.
Wilson is still on the mound for the Eunice Cardinals.
Yes, he is.
Doing a pretty good job, too.
Suarez is the only one that scored on him today, huh?
Yep. Stepping in there ready. Here comes the pitch, and it's outside. Who'd you say was the only one to score on him?
Suarez?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he came home from third.
Who was it? Well, oh,
Suarez.
Adam.
Yeah, Adam.
I don't know why I thought you said Suarez. I was looking at my roster for a Suarez. You're talking about Adam Juarez.
man.
Sorry about that. It's that sun is hitting us, making us lose our mind.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs.
Our stiff back as well.
Yeah, I definitely got a stiff back. I'm all hunkered over here. This little seat. Oh,
There it is.
there's a swing and a miss, and now they're going to put the tag on him. Oh, they're going to say he fouled it off.
What?
I guess so.
I didn't see that.
I thought
I'm
it was the
standing
glove
right
made
here.
that noise, but oh well.
It's one thing about these kind of seats and tables. They got those little, like, diamond-shaped holes all in them. It's metal.
You have diamond-shaped butt.
Almost looks like a grill for your burgers or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the seat is I'm sitting on.
He's grilling the burger.
And so I've got my butt cheeks are going to look like
No, don't lose him, Wilson.
He's grilling a ham hog.
like I'm grilling burgers when I stand up here in a minute. I'm going to have little diamonds all
You're going to go home like, babe, what's on your...
And that one's down the
Got him.
outside
Got him.
corner, and down he goes.
You're going to get home and say, well, you chew on my butt anyways. I made it look like a hamburger.
All righty then.
Rangel goes down, and that'll bring up number 8, Andre Rodriguez. Rodriguez flew out his first at bat, and he'll step up to the plate into that right-handed batter's box. Wilson on the hill. A 3-1 game here in the 5th with 1 out. Here comes the pitch, and he,
Ooh, that looked good.
man, that was a good-looking
Catcher
pitch.
didn't even move his glove.
Man. I look-
Nice.
I just can't imagine where that was off. That looked like a,
He closed his eyes, I believe.
man, that was a good-looking pitch. Oh, man.
That one
And
was
he
high.
swung at that
it.
one, and it was way high.
It was worse than the first one.
Yeah. The first one
It was
looked
perfect,
really
yeah.
good, and that one there looked high and way high, and he took a chop at it. Looked like he was chopping lumber. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Back on the hill is Wilson. He's going to kick and fire it toward home.
Breaking ball.
Yes, it is.
Broke a little too much.
So Rodriguez stepping back in there ready. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Here comes the pitch. And that one
There you go.
was a delayed call.
That was the same spot as that first one, huh?
Man, the first one looked better than that one, I
Oh.
thought. That one was called a strike. We'll take it. 2
Yes, sir,
balls,
we'll
2
take it.
strikes, and an
I
out.
guess it must be this angle we're sitting at.
Hey, whatever angle we're at, it never looks good.
We always get the bad angle.
Yep. Here comes the next pitch, and it's.
Oh, he wanted
He
it.
framed it.
The catcher gonna hold it there for a while.
Yeah, don't be disrespecting him like that. He just.
Man,
3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out.
well, you get every other one or what?
Charlie, he can hear you. You know that, right?
No.
Man. Yeah, the catcher liked that pitch. He held it there for about a good 5 seconds. Oh,
Ouch.
dang it.
Oh, I thought he was going to charge him out for a
Yeah,
second the way he
man.
Boy,
moved.
that hurt.
Man, he gets hit
You
by
ain't
a
going
pitch.
to swing, I'm going to hit you, he said.
They winged him.
Yep.
That wing going to be hurting.
That hurt my left arm just watching it.
So that brings up the top of the lineup. Number 6,
Papa
Javier. Old Papa Top,
Look at that
the
mullet.
left-hander.
Look at that mullet right there. That's
what?
That mullet. That's
Has
a
he got
nice one.
mullet? Oh,
That's a
yeah.
nice one right
Shoot,
there.
that's better. That's party in the back and business up front. I mean, that's better than my mullets back in the day right
That's
there.
a good one. I ain't seen that good one in a while.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's Joe Dirt style mullet right there.
Boy.
He
classy.
probably drives a Chevy Silverado.
Well, he will one day.
You never know. He might be dipping and driving nowadays.
That's right. Yeah, got a pack of Skull Long Cut in his back pocket.
Some Marlboro Reds rolled up on the sleeve right here. So what you talking about, Willis?
One behind his ear.
Javier Santillon at the plate. Young man had a strikeout and a ground out.
Is he on a bunt?
He's
bad out there.
showing him the bunt. 2 balls, no strikes. I'm assuming it's going to be the fake, and Morales throws it. It's going to be
Got
close.
him.
Oh, the ball rolls
Oh.
into center, and he's going to take a late
Yeah,
jump.
try Gomez's arm. Try it.
Yeah,
He came up. He was snipe you all the way from center field, bud. Joe, go for it.
yeah.
I would love to see that. Don't
Yeah.
get mad at that young man. He made the right choice out there on second base.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Gomez would just pow. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
He should have fumbled the ball around a little bit like he was. Like
Play with
he
it a
didn't
little bit
have
like he got out of his hands.
Well, when he
And then
first
fired it.
slid, if he'd have jumped up and took off, he'd have been in business. But he sat there a second or two, and then by the time he decided to take off, he wasn't going to make it.
No.
2 balls, 1 strike. He's showing the bunt again, and then he swings late at that one and fouls it off. So 2-2 to Javier.
His hands are spaced kind of weird on that bat.
Yeah,
Throws me off
I
quite a
don't
bit.
know that I've ever seen anybody bat quite like that. And now I'm not always right down here where I can see the hands.
You know,
as
is at
good,
the right
but-
angle.
Yeah, I mean, but he's got a good maybe 2 inches between his hands on his grip.
Mm-hmm.
And he's choked way up on the bat too, so it's kind of a strange look. So we got a full count here: 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. 3-2-1.
You use him as a shade, huh?
Oh yeah,
Shade tree.
and
Charlie.
you keep bobbing and weaving over there. You can't be still. I'll have to get you some medicine for that.
What is some of that nacho soup?
Yeah,
No
maybe
chin,
that-
not nacho.
There's a swing and
look
a
at that.
miss, and down goes Santillon. And
That'll be, is that 1 or 2? That's 2.
It's 2, yes, sir.
that's 6 strikeouts for Wilson. And now that'll bring up Sebastian Arroyo. He had a fly out both of his at-bats here today. And he steps in there, stretches his back out a little bit, does a little stretchy move, and he's in there ready to go.
Bet you that felt good.
Runner on second, 2 outs in a 3-1 game. And there's a swing and a miss. Sebastian represents the tie and run here at the plate late in this ball game with 2 outs. So if he could get a hold of one and send it out there to those mesquite bushes and abandoned RV parks and whatever the hell.
Goat farm out there.
Yeah. I mean, he could tie this ball game up for sure.
Go far.
And he goes out there. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball. Stays outside. Hey, almost threw that
Thank
one
God
into
Wilson
center
7 foot
field.
tall, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never know what to score there.
So still a 3-1 game. Eunice leads by 2. We're in the top of the 5th. I'm sorry, bottom of the 5th. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs, and that ball's hit right toward the gap. It's going to go into
Come on,
left.
Baeza.
Here
Oh,
comes-
Baeza fumbles
Baeza booted it.
Oh, I couldn't get
And
a
then
handle
on
on
the
it.
second scoop, then he fires it back over to second, and a run's going to score. It's coming across home plate was Andre Rodriguez. And so a run is scored, and now we got a 3-2 game.
Jow just don't want to give up on him.
They do not.
I wonder if that grass is causing them boys a little trouble picking it up because we're used to that turf.
Well, it is a difference because once you get past the dirt out there, it's
either going to slow down or speed up.
Yeah, and it kind of takes some hops and stuff. That's what I was talking about earlier on these turf fields compared to what we played on when we were kids. But here comes Adam Juarez. Young man has reached base every time he's been to the plate today.
Right now, he's probably the best player on the JAL JAL team.
And he scored one of those 2 runs as well. So 3-2 is the score. 1 ball, no strikes is the count to Adam, the senior from JAL and our radio broadcast buddy. They throw that one low and outside for ball 2. So 2-0 to Adam.
Wilson seems a little frustrated out there as well after he snapped at that ball.
Yeah. So he takes a look over toward first. Calvillo trying to hold the runner on. Here comes the pitch, and they're going to go. And Morales throws it down, and they throw it into center. They do stop it out there, though.
Eagles does a beautiful job diving out there and keeping the ball close.
And so that'll put Sebastian on second now as he steals second.
Yeah, with time out here by
with 2 outs. And here comes Almaguer.
Oh, they're going to put him on.
Oh, they're going to walk Juarez.
He said, thank you.
Well, that's a smart move, I guess.
He already had a 3-0 count, so they just walked him.
Save him a pitch.
Yeah.
This young man is due also for the JAL Panthers. He's gotten hit and they got out last time. He bunted last time, right?
Yeah, he bunted into a little ground out, Fernando Saucedo. Yeah, he's the one that took that 2-4 right between the shoulder blades. And he swings and misses at the first one for strike number 1. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Base hit likely ties this ball game here. There's a big lead out there at second.
A big old gap between third and short, man.
Because our shortstop's over there trying to hold on, and they're going to hit it to center. They're going to try to turn him. They do. They turn him. They send him home. Here comes the ball, headed for home. It's going to be close. And he slides under the tag, and he's safe. And now they throw it right back, and here comes a play at the plate. And they get at him as he was coming in. And they do get the second one, but not before JAL ties it up. What a throw out there from second back in, and what a tag by Morales.
Yeah, just kind of premeditated. Beautiful job by the
Yes. My man Adam would have slid under. He probably would have made it.
Yep, I agree. He tried to stay up high. If he'd have got down low, I think he'd have been in there. But we got a 3-3 game. It's tied in the 6th. The number 1 team in the state is got their backs against the ropes here. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Eunice is a beacon of community spirit where everyone knows your name and looks out for one another. It's an idyllic haven to raise a family with top-notch schools, a vibrant community, and thrives on sports and academics, and has an unbeatable low cost of living. Want to tap into the heartbeat of Eunice? Google cityofunis.org to unlock a treasure trove of community events, business listings, city maps, and so much more. Experience the magic of small-town living where everyone is welcomed with open arms.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports here live in JAL as the Eunice Cardinals, the number 1 team in the state, are facing the JAL Panthers, a JAL Panther team that I believe has 3 wins on the season. And anytime you've got Eunice and JAL, you can expect a good time.
Yes.
And so we got a 3-3 ball game here. The Cardinals just really hadn't been able to get the bats going, and I credit Christian Diaz, the pitcher for this JAL Panther team, for that.
Yes, he's pitching his heart out there.
Still out there.
Yep, still on the hill. Both pitchers that started this game are still on the hill. And Luis Gomez is going to be coming to the plate. Young man had a walk and a single his first 2 trips to the plate. He is the center fielder for the Cardinals, signed to play football next year at Eastern New Mexico University. Here's his first pitch, and that ball gets hit, fouled back over the top. and it's going to go over there and put a little ding-ding on somebody's car.
Hope it's not mine.
Yeah, it went the wrong direction for it to be my wife's, but
I think it was yours, Rosie.
so one strike after the foul, and that one's going to be low and outside for ball one. So now 1 ball.
1-1 here.
Yep.
On a tie game here, Mr. Jones.
Yes, we got a good one. We got a barn burner out here in the wind. And so Gomez is back up there ready to go. Here comes the next pitch, and that was.
Oh, wow.
Man, that looked low and outside to me, but it was called strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Low and super outside.
3-3 game. We're in the 6th. This is the 6th inning. Big breaking ball stayed high and outside there that time, I'm assuming.
That looked closer to a strike than the last pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs in the 6th inning in a tie ball game, 3-3, Eunice and Jow. Diaz on the hill for the Panthers. Cash Taylor behind home plate. Here comes the pitch, and that one's outside for ball 3. So we got a full count here to the first batter of this 6th inning, Luis Gomez. He's worked him full here. Definitely making him pitch. Gomez going to step back in there ready to go. Got the red bat and gloves on, and he's ready. Here comes the pitch, and that one's – oh, no.
That was like nose level. Wow.
Yeah, that's a rough call there.
Woo.
I try to call it like I see it.
I'm about to pass out.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Charlie.
Man, that ball was at least at the chin, and it was a called strike. So
it was over the umpire's head.
Oh man,
that's a strike too.
Strike! I was waiting on the strike call there on that one.
I thought that's what he called. Was that him that called that, or who was that?
So stupid. It was actually a ball, ladies and gentlemen.
And there's a hit over toward short. Shortstop going to scoop it. He's firing it over toward first, and he's going to get him. And so down he goes for out number 2, and that was Zamora.
I think it's a decent hit, but gets thrown out going to first.
Yes.
Who's this bringing up the bat? High-end? No, I'm sorry. That's the
Haziel. So Haziel comes to the plate. Young man had a single and a fly out his first 2 trips to the plate here today. 2 outs here in a 6th inning in a tie ball game, and that looked like a good pitch. I can't complain about that one. Big breaking ball, but where it landed looked like it was in pretty good shape.
Outside corner.
Yep. And so 0-1 is the count. Here's the next pitch, and that one's
framed. That was a delayed strike there.
Oh, my goodness.
He said.
He had to look way over here to call it a strike.
Woo. So 0-2 is your count now.
Howmaker's losing it over
Yeah,
there.
he is. And there's a swing and a miss, and down he goes. Strikeout number 10.
Heck, you got to swing at him. He's going to foul.
Yeah. As Haziel goes down on the strikeout.
Wow.
And so we got a 3-3 game as we move to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Eunice Wrecker and Rental offers professional and reliable 24-hour roadside services in Lee County. Light to medium duty towing and recovery, fuel delivery, jump starts, lockouts, and tire changes. Eunice Wrecker will also haul off those unwanted vehicles to clean up your property. Eunice Wrecker, over 20 years of experience and fully licensed and insured. Call Eunice Wrecker 575-394-HOOK, 394-4665. Eunice Wrecker and Rental, currently hiring Class A CDL and regular drivers for the wrecking yard. Eunice Wrecker, 44 North New Mexico Highway 248, Eunice, New Mexico, MM1.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of their Eunice community and their Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 14 years and is family owned and operated, located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice. They're your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tanks, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on number 9, Elijah, and number 15, Maddox, wishing them good luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports here live in Jowl, as your Jowl Panthers and your Eunice Cardinals are all knotted up at 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. We got a barn burner, there's no doubt about it. There's been some interesting calls both ways in this ball game, but definitely that last inning, the interesting calls went in favor of the Panthers, and hey, we're in Jowl. I mean, you get a little hometown.
What do you expect,
it's
expected coming around.
Yeah, well, to me, you expect a few little hometown calls here and there in a ball game. That's the way it should be, whether you're.
We had a few too many today.
Yeah, there've been a couple of ones that have definitely been some momentum shifters in that last inning, but. With that said, I mean, the Panthers, man, you can't take anything away from them. They've come out here. Man, they have went toe-to-toe with the #1 team in the state, and they're saying, well, you may be the #1 team up in the rest of the state, but down here you got to show us that
you're number one.
You're number one in the southern part of Lee County.
Well, I'll say this. They don't need any help. I mean, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah, they're doing well. Pitching for them, Christian Diaz had a heck of a ball game. He's got 10 Ks already in this game.
And so, he's still in there.
Yep. And so the Cardinals have made a pitching change here. They're going to put Luis Zamora on the hill. So,
and
Wilson,
I believe Bubba's playing short now.
Yeah, Wilson pitched 5 innings. He had 6 Ks. And now coming to the plate is Cash Taylor as he steps up there ready to go. 3-3 ball game, no outs. Bottom of the 6th. First pitch is right down the middle for strike number 1. So Zamora with an 0-1 count here on Taylor. Taylor stepping back in there ready to go. Here comes the pitch, big breaking ball. Bounces off the top of Morales' glove and then lands on the catcher's neck, or the umpire's neck, and rolls down his back.
They still call it a ball.
Yep. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here in the 6th, and it looks like we're taking our sunglasses off.
They made him take his neck brace off a minute ago.
Oh.
Eunice said, well, take that pink sleeve off. That Eunice can say that as well if they want to in a minute. There's certain rules they try to enforce at a certain time at the point of the game.
Yeah. So here comes the next pitch. It's low and outside for ball 2. So 2-1 to Cash. That's a pretty cool name. Like, that's a pretty cool name.
He got some bling on. Look like he spent some cash on that.
Here comes the next pitch, and that ball's hit really high up into left field. It's shallow left, trying to get there as a Don. Oh, and he drops it. The ball's on the turf. Now they're going to pick it up. That's not a Don anymore.
That's Serrano.
They've made some movements.
That's not a Don.
I can't tell for sure who that is, but
that might be Haciel?
I'm not sure. Whoever it was, the left fielder got under the ball, but in this wind, it found the turf, and it ends up being a double for Taylor, probably off the error, but and now that'll bring up Christian Diaz. He had a ground out and a single his first 2 trips to the plate, and there's a drive into right field.
That's Hassi over here.
Coming up, trying to make a play is Hassi, and then he fires that one in as Diaz goes down on the fly out to right.
I want to say that's number 8 out there for the Eunice Cardinals. That's the pinch runner that always comes in. What's his name?
Melanson?
No.
High-end?
Yes,
Castro.
Sir. Castro, I think that's him.
So the Cardinals in a fight for their life here with the Panthers. It's a 3-3 tie ball game as we've got 1 out.
The crowd goes quiet.
Runner standing on second with a big lead, and Mendoza takes a trip up to the plate. He's going to square around and bunt. He tried to bunt it and missed it, and there's nobody to cover. Oh,
got him.
Got him.
Oh, man, here comes Almaguer out of the dugout.
They call him safe.
He is getting in the ear of his team saying, what are you doing?
But you know what I would petition right away?
What's that?
This batter, when he went to bunt, he missed it and he was on the field.
Yeah.
So that's interference on his part.
Kind of in the
catcher.
way. And here comes a courtesy runner. Hey, Houston Harvey told me his son's name is Cash Harvey, so that is a pretty good name.
Yeah.
Man. All right. So we got a courtesy runner standing on third, 1 out. That run represents the go-ahead run here late in this ball game as we're in the bottom of the 6th in a 3-3 game. Knotted up at 3. Mendoza with a ground out and a fly out, and now he steps in there ready to go with an 0-1 count here. Zamora on the hill. Kicks, fires it toward home, swing and a miss, and a good catch there and by Morales in the back.
And keeping the ball in front of him.
Yes.
Beautiful job there. Keeping that run on third.
And so now in 0-2 count here. Zamora, we need this one if you're a Cardinal fan. Here comes a big breaking ball, and it's hit towards center. Trying to get there is whoever the center fielder
Throw it to
is.
third. Cover your bag.
There's nobody on
Cover
third
your
base.
bag. What are you doing, number 5? Cover your bag.
Our third baseman ran toward home. There was nobody on third, and the runner that was on third was headed
halfway
home.
home, yeah.
I don't know why he
And
became
Gomez, I believe, is
He's
who's
not
out
the
there in
cutoff. The
outfield.
first baseman's the cutoff in this
Makes a-
situation.
He makes a catch and was going to fire it toward third, but there wasn't anybody on third.
That's 2 big mistakes that Eunice Cardinals have made in this inning.
And so that'll bring up Christian Rangel,
He's gonna stay
number
on
10.
base. I thought he was safe.
They're saying he dropped it.
No.
Nah. Oh, they're going to go out there and discuss this?
Are you
Oh,
kidding
man.
me?
So
They're really going to go out there and discuss this?
I guess they're going to try to say Luis Gomez dropped a ball. I didn't see him drop a
No.
ball, did you?
It was
I
all
know.
one motion. Caught it, step, and throw the third.
Yeah, I didn't. I sure didn't think that he dropped a ball. Coach Almaguer's dang near out on the diamond as he is out there trying to get some
Charlie, you better back
clarification.
up. We're a couple of seconds delay, right? We'll see. They'll let us know in a minute.
30 or 45.
Yeah. Let us know, Houston Harvey.
And
I
now,
don't think he dropped it.
No, he didn't.
now the Jow coaching staff's halfway out there on the field.
Oh, man.
We'll see what the call is here.
There it is.
There
Correct
it
call.
is. Yeah.
So they do make the call.
He dropped the ball.
There's all the fans behind us seen him drop it, apparently.
I didn't even think it was like a questionable call, but
no.
the Jow fans are not happy. They're screaming he dropped the ball.
At least they call him Buddy, so they're trying to be nice.
So that's 2 outs, runner on third in a tie ball game,
If we ever
3-3.
need a strikeout, this is it.
And Christian Rangel comes to the plate. Stepping up there ready. Here comes the first pitch, and it's in there for strike number 1.
And the Eunice faithful claps real loud.
So 0-1. Might be getting a little
Anxious.
Nervous?
I don't know.
Impatient?
Some
Upset?
yeah, there you go, one of them words. And he
Why are you
squares
gonna
around,
try to
tried to
bunt,
bunt
bud?
that one with an 0-1 count and bunted
Wow.
it foul for strike 2.
That just helps us.
Oh, I like it.
So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in a tie ball game with a runner on third. The Jow Panthers taking your number 1 ranked Eunice Cardinals the distance here. Here comes the square around, and he swings
Got him.
and misses
Mental
and
mistake right
misses,
there.
and that's going to be it. As down goes Rangel on the strikeout.
Close one.
And the Cardinals get out of the 6th, and so we'll head to the 7th. It's tie game, 3-3. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports.
Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006, delivers exceptional transport, pump truck, vacuum truck, and disposal services. Their commitment extends beyond business to supporting Lee County sports and academics. Parker Energy wants to empower young adults to succeed in sports, scholastics, and personal growth. Parker Energy, located at 2350 Avenue O in Eunice, proudly backs Lee County athletics.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal and Jow Panther sports here live in Jow for a District 4 2A matchup.
You could have joined us there, Charlie.
Charlie's back at it now. Anyway, we got a 3-3 game. We're in the 7th inning, and the Eunice Cardinals definitely have struggled, at least up to this point, at least from what you probably expected to see if you were here watching them. I've got a couple of messages here from Jared Gladden and Houston Harvey and
dropping some names, huh?
Yeah, I mean some great Eunice baseball players and great Eunice athletes through the years. And so anyway, here we go.
Top of the lineup.
Yeah. Is this Gallegos?
Morales.
Oh, it's Morales,
Isaac,
and he
Isaac,
fouls
yes.
that one off. The first pitch is fouled off.
On that outside corner, protecting it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Because the plate gets bigger when Eunice bats.
One thing about it, if we could start at a spot in the lineup, this is where we'd want it to be, right here at the top with Morales. He's had a single, a strikeout, and a ground out in his first 3 trips to the plate. Here comes the pitch from Diaz, and it's driven toward the gap. Second baseman's going to scoop it, throws it across his body, and he's going to get him. What a play by the second baseman. Not sure who's playing second now for them. Is that Santillan, Javier, or Rodriguez?
Can't see his
Can't
number.
tell
It's
for
either 8
sure.
or 6, so who knows?
Yeah, and so that's probably Rodriguez. And so now 1 out as Morales goes down, and that'll bring up Jose Calvillo. And now the coaching staff wants to talk about it. I don't blame him with Calvillo because he has scored every time he stepped to the plate.
He's been a part in all the runs we got.
Yep. This young man's got an in-the-park home run, a triple, a single. He has just been doing work the whole game. And you're right, he has either drove in the run or scored the run himself, all 3 of our runs. And so they have a little meeting out there on the mound with everybody to put their strategy together for Calvillo. I wouldn't be surprised if they put him on base, but I don't think they're going to.
Of course, he can run them bases too, so I don't know if they want to do that.
Yeah,
But then if they put him on, they got Bubba on deck too, so kind of a tough situation.
Calvillo comes up here ready to go. Here comes the first pitch. It's low and inside for ball number 1.
I don't think that was part of their strategy.
Probably not.
Is that a set play out of a timeout? Didn't work there, bud.
1 ball, no strikes to Calvillo. A 3-3 game. We're in the 7th inning. The final inning, or unless we end up going extra innings. And there's a drive towards second. Second baseman boots it, and Calvillo easily is there. And he's going to hold up at first as Calvillo continues to do work with the bat.
Beautiful job by the young man.
So now the what could potentially be the game-winning run standing on first base. Of course, it would just be the go-ahead run at this point.
Is that Jones on deck?
It sure looks like it, and up is Fernando Cerna. Cerna doubled his last at bat, and they throw back toward Calvillo and definitely made it close. Diaz has got a pretty good move when he turns and throws back. He's definitely made it close. So Cerna's back in there. Calvillo with a lead. Here comes the pitch. It's high and outside for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. A 3-3 game in the 7th. 1 out. Calvillo with the big lead over on first, the senior. Cerna at the plate. Here comes the pitch. It's low and outside for ball 2. So 2-0 to Cerna.
Kind of staying away from him, aren't they?
Yep. That's kind of the feel I got. And so now a little bit bigger lead from Calvillo. And there he goes, and the pitch is high. And sliding in there is Calvillo, and the ball rolls in over toward the shortstop as Calvillo kicked it out of their hands a little bit.
He had to grab onto that base. He was going to slide forever.
Past.
He came in cleats up.
And so Calvillo slides into second. So now the go-ahead run in the last inning, or potentially last inning, stands on second base with 1 out, and now they're going to walk Cerna. So Cerna's going to walk as he heads to first.
And this young man
coming up. It's going to be a pinch hitter.
And here comes Jones Redbird Garage in the house as Tyson Jones comes to the plate. Runners on first and second in a 3-3 ball game.
And he's due for a hit.
He has to go out there and let him specifically know because they can't figure it out.
So a discussion about the substitution here, and in comes Tyler Almaguer to explain
What's
to
happening?
the ump what's happening here.
Like his first time having a pinch hitter, right?
And they are going to make the adjustment here in the book. And now Jones steps back in as Coach Almaguer heads back over to his third base box. And Jones steps in there, 2 hams wrestling, and he is ready to go.
I want to see those hams run.
That's right, big 1-3. Steps in there ready to go. The left-hand side, Diaz on the hill.
Oh.
They get Calvillo in a rundown, and Calvillo ducks. And now they throw over to second, and they're going to get them both as they picked off both runners.
They're saying he's safe. He's going to
Ball,
third.
There's
He's
nobody
going to
on
third.
third. He should have turned and came home because there was nobody home either.
Yeah.
As they dropped the ball out there at second. And they are, the Jowl faithful are
It's
letting the
control
umps have
chaos
it.
out here, man.
And the Jowl coaching staff is
man.
all the way out on the field. They're
That-
on the diamond. They
He
are
did drop the
hollering
ball
at
there.
the umpires. And somebody's over there banging on stuff behind us. Sound like they're breaking things here in Jowl. And we've got
Hey, if he
we've
goes
got
out,
pandemonium here.
he steps on that diamond.
We do have 2 outs, that's for sure. We do
Take
have
the
2 outs
picture
for
out.
sure.
Man. Yeah, the Jowl team thought the second person.
love it. I
The
love it.
throw was there in time, but it looked like on the tag
Dropped
the
the
ball
ball.
came loose.
He did. It did.
And
I seen
so
it.
the
I
runner
seen it.
jumped up and kept on going to third, and the whole Jowl team was headed for the dugout.
They were
So there was
celebrating.
nobody on
He should have turned
third.
that corner, huh?
If he'd have turned the corner and came home, there was a runner or player headed for home, but he was still 20 foot away.
The good thing is we got a runner scoring position, and Jones ain't even swung the bat yet.
Man, the Jowl faithful are going to lose it here right behind us as they are not happy. And now we got a tie ball game
I just
in the
put my
seventh
big red jacket on.
with Tyson Jones coming to the plate. What can Jones do for you?
Just need a base hit,
He
brother.
can deliver.
So Jones steps in there ready. Diaz on the hill trying to complete a full game here. His first pitch swung
good
on and
swing.
missed by Jones as Jones gave her everything she had, captain on that one. And now we got the board says 1-1, is that right?
No, sir. It's 1 strike, no balls.
Okay.
Because remember, a minute ago, he spun off.
So here comes the next pitch. And that one's going to get through. Here comes the runner. It bounces right back toward him. And he's in there. He's safe. He was in there.
Yep.
And he got under the tag. And so Eunice is going to score a run right there. As coming in was Fernando Cerna stealing home on the
Super
pass
aggressive.
ball. And so the Cardinals now with a 3-4 lead here late in this ball game. And the Jowl faithful are not happy. They're right behind us.
Not even a
You
little
can
bit.
We
feel it,
may
brother.
I may have to crawl out of here in a minute. Here comes the next pitch,
Oh,
and
he
that
got hit
hits
him.
Jones.
It
It
hit
hit his
Jones.
cleats.
Hit his
It hit his
butt.
cleats. That's a hit. He got hit by a pitch. I guess they're going to say he didn't. That ball hit him in the shoes. It hit his cleats.
I heard it.
He jumped and tried
Yes.
to
And he
jump
don't
over.
jump high.
No, he showed that 2-inch vertical right there. Here comes the next pitch. Oh,
Oh,
and
they
it
wanted
hits
to hit
Jones
him.
in a ham hock.
They hit him. They wanted
And
to
he
hit him the whole
throws it
time.
to first, and
He ain't
he'll
happy.
head down to
He ain't
first
happy.
as he took that one right in the ham. And I don't blame him for not being happy.
Yeah, they hit him intentionally. That's what they did, to give him more time to warm with their next pitcher. That's what they did.
I don't know. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but
I
Jones
think it
will,
was because the first one barely missed him. And
Yeah.
the second one hit him right in the ham.
right in the ham hock. As Jones gets hit by a pitch, and now the Jowl
Gator.
coaching staff is
Still-
out here to
still
have a
arguing.
discussion
Play ball.
Kick some
with
turf on it.
the umpire.
And he's taking our bat.
Is
Hold
that our
on here.
bat, or was there a bat laying back there?
I thought that was the bat that he was using.
I don't know. But anyway, so now who do we have up to bat?
That is
that
eighth grader Gallegos.
That's Gallegos. So Jones with the lead.
Nice
Gallegos going to
bunt.
lay down the bunt. They're trying to flip it over to first,
Oh.
and they do get it there. And so that'll get us out of the top of the seventh. As we move to the bottom of the 7th, the Cardinals with a 1-run lead. It's 4-3. The board up there is wrong. Now they're fixing it. Anyway, you're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports.
Redbird Garage is your hometown local mechanic shop specializing in minor and major repairs from oil changes, car washes, brake work, AC repair, and so much more. For more information, call 575-394-8828. Call 575-394-8828. Redbird Garage, 1800 North Main Street is your hometown mechanic shop, committed to always doing what's right for you and your vehicle. Redbird Garage is a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics.
BTH Services and Rentals, LLC is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. They wish all the young athletes an incredible basketball season and send a special shout out to the class of 2025 seniors. Congratulations on this milestone. Go Big Red. BTH Services and Rentals, proud supporters of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of this District 4 2A South Lee County slugfest as the Cardinals and the Jowl Panthers in a 4-3 slug out. It's been a heck of a ball game. Not what the Cardinals wanted by any means.
No, not at all.
But it's been a good one. It's a fun one to watch. And the Cardinals lead by 1 run on a controversial run there in this top half of the 7th.
A big controversial call, but oh well.
Yeah.
The Cardinals right now, they have Wilson at second, and they put Gallegos out there in
left field. So a little bit of movement here as they've moved some people around. And so Coach Almaguer was out there on the field most of the time we were away trying to explain to the umps who was going where so that they could write them,
comprehend, understand it, and write it down, right?
And yeah, man, I tell you, Harv, I agree. And so I can't say it on the air, but I agree. And anyway, it's man, I tell you, it's been a heck of a game. It's been a fun one to sit over here and watch, and so we've still got Zamora on the hill for the Cardinals. Cerna out there at short. Serrano at third, Calvillo at first, Wilson at second, and behind home plate is Morales.
Yes, sir.
And I can't see far enough except for to tell you Gallegos is in left. I'm assuming that's Luis Gomez at center.
And Hasi.
Hasi and right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, anyway.
All I know is that in this inning, Zamora's got a lot of extra pitches.
Yeah. And the warm-up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All this discussing between the coaches back and forth, trying to get stuff situated here.
Yeah, so we had an extremely crazy situation where we had a double steal attempt, and Calvillo got caught in a rundown. They threw him out at third, and while that was happening, the runner from first took off for second. They threw the ball in time to second. I don't know if that was the shortstop or the second baseman made the catch, went down to tag him, and it's way the heck out there from us. But apparently, in the refs or the umps' belief, the ball came out of the defender's glove as he went to make the tag. And the whole Jowl team and their fans were celebrating. They were running off the field.
He was headed to third.
The Eunice player jumped up from second, took off to third. The Jowl third baseman was 3/4 of the way to the dugout. And the catcher, too, had already left and went to the dugout. And so anyway, they end up chasing him down to third. If he'd have turned to come home, there was nobody to keep him from coming home. It had just been a foot race. But anyway.
Fernando Wisely stayed on third.
Yes, he stayed on third. And man, the Jowl faithful, the Jowl coaching staff, they was not happy. Yeah. And I got to be honest with you, I couldn't tell if he dropped the ball out there or not.
I couldn't tell you. I was celebrating.
And so you were celebrating they tagged him out?
No, I was celebrating that he was running third.
I was fixing to say, we may have to get you a Joe
Nah,
Panther
he was
shirt.
running the third,
I'll
man.
get you one of those Emmy Lujan shirts
Nah, we
that they
good. I don't like nothing with the new What's wrong with you, man?
You don't want a shirt?
Nah, I'm good, bro.
I like
I wear
my-
4Xs, man. They can't afford a 4X.
I like my shirt and my socks, and man, I like them.
Because it's your face on them.
No, it's Emmys. I like them.
Tammy chewing on a towel.
They went out there and they took the Zamora's band glove off his glove.
Oh, really?
Yeah, underneath they took it off. Took the text off, man.
All right, so here
Little
we
stuff
go.
out there.
It's a 3-4 ball game coming to the plate for Jal, trying to see who that is. I was jabbering and didn't pay attention to his number when he climbed in the box. Here comes the first pitch from Zamora. It's high for ball one.
Can't
Number
try to
eight.
see it, Charlie.
Number 8.
Ocho.
So number 8 is Andre Rodriguez, and after him, they go back to the top of their lineup. This young man got hit by a pitch and had a fly out, and he takes that one for strike number 1. That looked a little low on the outside. I got to be honest with you. I try to call it like I see it, and that did not look like a very good pitch, but it was called a good pitch, and the Jal faithful not liking it. 1 ball, 1 strike, big breaking ball.
That was beautiful.
Morales, the catcher, is losing it. Coach Almaguer's out halfway
He done
out
lost
to the
it. He done lost
umpire. He's out there screaming at the umpire.
Dancing out there, boy.
Yes, he was.
He looked like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the next pitch, and it's right down that outside corner for strike 2. So 2-2 is the count to Rodriguez. Man. It doesn't
All you
matter.
can do is laugh, right, Jones?
I'm telling you, there's a lot of
Stuff like
unhappy
that,
people
you just-
behind us. They didn't like the call out. There's a chipper over toward the pitcher. Pitcher going to grab it barehanded, throws it over to first,
Got
and
him.
gets him.
Look at
a
that.
barehanded play by Zamora. He grabbed that on the skip.
Coming off the mound, boss.
Man, that was a good play there by Zamora, going opposite where he was having to throw it, barehanded it, threw it across his body, and gets him at first.
What in the
Man.
world's Calvillo doing over there?
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll bring us all the way to the top of the lineup. Javier Santillon headed up there, and he hits that one right back to the pitcher, and Zamora's going to underhand it over to first, and so down goes Javier on the ground out, and now with 2 outs in a 1-run lead, the Cardinals with a chance to end this ball game right here as Sebastian Arroyo comes to the plate. Young man has flown out twice and had an RBI single his last at bat. And
Coach Almaguer's adjusting players out here.
he's moving his players around, probably depending on where those flyouts that were hit went.
That is true. That's that app gives them that great information. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So that brings up Sebastian as he heads up there in a 3-4 ball game late in the game here, and
I thought
that
he was
was
gonna call
in
that a
there
ball.
for strike 1.
That's a beautiful pitch, huh, Charlie?
Beautiful.
The Jal faithful didn't like it. 0-1 is the count.
Somebody's always happy. Somebody's always mad.
50%.
We had that conversation in the 3rd inning.
50%. There's a swing and a grounder towards short,
ate
or
him up.
third. Third baseman got on his heels, but then he fires it across, and he gets him, and down goes Arroyo, and
That's
the
the ball game.
Cardinals with a win here in a 3-4 slugfest
Wow.
as they get the win here in Jal, 3-4.
That was way tighter than I would have thought.
Way better game than the Cardinal faithful wanted. The Jal faithful are now cheering loudly as they are very happy with the performance of the Jal
Boys
Panthers.
played good.
Got to give some credit to that pitcher for
He did an
Jal,
awesome
Christian
job,
Diaz, to hold the Cardinals to 4 runs and a complete game. I mean, he had a heck of a ball
Yes,
game.
he did.
No doubt. But the Cardinals end up with the win, and I mean, you know, what can you say? That's about all you can say at this point.
It is a district win, so that's a good start for
Yep.
the district play.
Yep, it definitely a good win here to kick off district. And so the Cardinals take the first game here of this varsity JV doubleheader. The next game will be a JV game. We won't be broadcasting that one. We will be probably headed up the road. Any final thoughts?
I look forward to Saturday.
Well, yeah. Yeah, there's a
You looking
game.
forward?
Is it Thursday or Friday when the Cardinals play in Lovington?
It's Thursday.
I think it's
Thursday?
Is it Thursday?
Yes, sir.
And TJ and Don, I believe, will be covering that game. It's not us. And then we're scheduled to be on the road, for Texaco on Saturday.
Yep.
So anyway, I can't think of too much else. So we appreciate you listening. The Cardinals get a 1-run lead here over Jal. At this point in the season, a win's a win. You just got to
Win's a win.
It's a
keep
tough
on
win tonight,
moving. You also had, for the Cardinals, in all fairness to them, you had about 4 starters that didn't
Yeah.
start in this game. One for a disciplinary reason, one for an injury. One, I think maybe they were just giving him a rest from last night. And then you've got one that sometimes starts, sometimes doesn't. But anyway, 4 that often
players, yes,
start
sir.
that were not in the ball game for that ball game. And so, but at the same time, credit where credit is due to Jal. They went out here and played a
They
great
played
game.
hard.
They
Their
stepped
pitcher,
up, man.
He's lights out.
So for Evie and anybody else back at the station that's helping, for Charlie Fairbrush, Rosendo Caballero, I'm Jimmy Jones. Thank you for listening to No Mark broadcast coverage of Eunice Cardinal and Jal Panther Sports. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.